put on
Wake 1, 2, 3, and 4.
public. Save. I think we should be Gucci. This time, remember
Jedi
the
Survivor's
tweet.
on there.
There we go. Wow, everything should be good. Let's see if my Discord bot remembers to actually throw out the things, because it hasn't. Oh, well, that's one thing.
Hey! Oh God, Jojo.
Oh, the dog
What
just
is-
waited
Jojo,
for me to hit
I don't
that
even
like
see
button.
them. She's not even close. She's like down the hall. That was. Hey,
That doesn't
puppies.
sound like it's down the hall.
Now she's close.
Hey.
I think they're just trying to decide who's climbing up onto the couch first.
Oh,
Apologies.
well, that I need to check that Discord bot. That just stopped working properly for reasons I don't know why really.
We are live, right?
We are live, yes. I'm just
Alright,
waiting
cool.
for people to arrive, I guess. Hopefully YouTube actually puts out the stream notification this time. That would be nice. A little Slurpee.
I think. Oh God, Jojo. I thought she was gone. Jojo.
Well, you thought wrong.
Let me just quote tweet.
Okay, I think
Do
she's
it.
settled down now.
Oh well. Let me just.
But
get
yeah,
these
we
things
were
here.
talking about things to play on Game Pass. Apparently, TruePop has just gotten himself a Game Pass trial.
Unfortunately, not just gotten. I've had it for like 2 months and a half now because it was a
okay.
3-month trial, and it's
sorry, I thought it
ending
was a
now.
So you got like
1 month
15 days left.
Yeah. And I'm like kicking myself, like, oh no, this is on it. This is on
Yeah.
it. Ah.
I've actually had Game Pass since they released it. I remember like the first couple of months were like €1, so people get it. And I mean, it's. I'd say it's still worth it. I think it's like, is it still 5 or 10? I already forgot. Sorry, I'm so rich. I just don't know what I pay for my stuff. No, I actually can't remember what it is at now. I've been having it for so long. It's just been running. But I played a ton of new releases on there, even on Steam. So it's kind of been paying for itself almost. And it's just worth the money, I feel like. And if there's like a game you really enjoy, you can just buy it after on Steam or like as a physical copy.
You know, I might just get it for like a extra month or so just to check out some of these games I've been hearing good things about, like your Persona, like your Expedition 33 and Oblivion. Even though I've never played Oblivion, so it'd be interesting to play a remaster of it, I suppose.
Right. So yeah, people might be surprised we're just dropping a random anime forge on the people. I don't think if people are ready for just random anime happening.
Yeah, I snuck an anime forge in because Metalcommander was like, "Hey, I'm really busy this week, so we got to do a movie that's just like a short one. Let's try to make a short movie." I'm like, "Perfect Blues, 80 minutes, anime forge 2. Let's do it."
That was a godsend because yeah, I had a friendo here over the weekend and like he left at like midday and I was like, all right, well, time to start watching something immediately. So just popped it on and got ready for this stream. Oh, maybe a little funny story from the weekend because people like laughing about failure and me getting punished in real life or something. I wasn't really punished, but so I said over the weeks like, oh yeah, the big flea market is back in town. That's starting up in like springtime. And then it's like every like once or twice a month. And it's like the biggest one in the area where you can go to and they have like all kinds of shit there. And I always like to go there to check out some retro games they have for sale. And I always get like a couple of games. So we planned this like 3 or 4 weeks ago because I was just checking, oh, when's the next one? It's like, oh, that's not too far away. I was like, yo, want to go there again? Like we like to do. We go like twice or 3 times a year because just chill to just walk over it, maybe find some gems. I mean, last time I was there, I got myself a Vagrant Story, in very good condition actually.
Ah, yeah, great game.
A game I always heard really good things about. I remember trying it when I was a little clown boy, and I had no fucking clue what was going on. I didn't understand the system, and then I just brought it back to the video game rental. Yeah, that's a thing I used back in the day. I'm that old.
Wow.
Yeah,
Was Blockbuster a thing as well?
Oh, no, we don't have Blockbusters. I think that's a purely American thing.
I heard myths about that. Yeah.
Yeah. we had like I think there was like a chain here, but there was like this local one. My dad knew the owner and everything, so we always went there. But yeah, I got that and got some other games, and we were like, all right. We set our alarms. He arrived at Friday, so we played some more Baldur's Gate, which we haven't played in like a year or so, and we were like in Act 3. So we played that, and it's like, all right, set the alarm for 9 a.m. on a Saturday, which is normally the time I just get up for normal work, so I'm already very happy to have to get up early after going to bed at like 3 a.m. And I was like, that's fine, don't worry. I mean, you'll be awake. There's a little bicycle ride to that place anyway. And so we get ready. I was like, oh, it's gonna be great. I'm gonna get myself a coffee somewhere. I'm gonna check out all these great deals. Well, I say that those people who sell the video games only, they're aware of the prices, unfortunately. So you don't really get a lot of good deals anymore. But it's still better than getting it on eBay a lot of times. In any case, we took our bicycles, we go there. It's a great time. Beautiful weather. Like, the weather was awesome. It was sunny, wasn't too hot. Like yeah, this is perfect weather. You could just go here for hours. So we arrive at the place where you just park your bicycle, and we are wondering, it's like, there's no one here. In fact, nothing is here. Normally there's like stands here everywhere. And we're like, that's weird. Like, did I fuck up the date? And then I checked our DMs, our messages. I was like, no, it says here, 26th. That's the day. He's like, And we checked the website of the city. And apparently, like, a couple of days after we planned this, they moved it forward. Not forward, but back in days. So when we planned it, it was like the same week or a week after they switched the date. So we went there for absolutely no reason. There was nothing there. And the funny bit is, we were not the only ones. We saw at least like two other people, or like a couple and other people get there, look confused, look at their phone, and turn around and leave. So yeah, that was fun. I was looking forward to doing that, but that was not a thing. So we just went to get some groceries, get food for the day, and just went back to my place and played more video games. And that's also the reason why I just got a bunch of snacks and ate all day. And now I feel bad because I had way too much sugar yesterday and way too many carbs and just way too much food in general. It was great, but I'm already paying the price because I feel floopy because of all the food.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my Saturday. Good times.
Nice. I'm buying way too much snack food for films as well. Like, so I'm getting fat. Yeah. So I feel you on that one.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I'm in diet mode still again. So I went from like eating like healthy every day to like one day where I go like all out, which wasn't even a planned thing. But because there was nothing else to do all day, I was like, oh, fucking might as well, whatever. And yeah, it's just gonna be, so I feel it hits you twice as hard when you don't eat that shit like on a day-to-day basis. But yeah, that's just what I've been doing. Also, something I realized about Baldur's Gate 3, I really enjoy the game, but what I realized yesterday is getting like companion missions with the companion you have as like the secondary player, basically, is kind of bad. And the reason why, so I mostly have like Karlach with me because I think the character is really cool.
Yeah.
I was like, why am I not getting like any fucking more dialogue? Like, for ages, it's just been the same. Like, I've been doing the companion quests and everything. I was like, what's going on? Then at some point I just checked the character stats, and I don't know if they added this since or I've just never seen it. There's like a little bar down there that says the relationship, basically. It's like, they're cool with you, they're very happy with you, you're chill.
They hate your guts.
They don't hate me. I'm like completely in the neutral. I was like, what? And then it hit me. It's like, oh, because my friendo hosts a game and he has the character that does like all the talking because he has like the best checks for it. He obviously gets all the blah blah blah, approves of this and this, and I get fucking nothing. So no wonder I'm not getting any of the companion missions or scenes in the camp or anything. I was like, oh, that sucks. That's annoying. I'm missing out on so many dialogue options and everything. It's really annoying.
Yeah, I've not played it multiplayer, so I'm not sure how that affects things.
Yeah,
exactly.
so he's been doing like things with Shadowheart. He had like the romance thing and everything. He's just memeing at this point because he also romanced the Emperor, like in the same game session, which was just really funny. Like we had this dream sequence, and they kind of play at the same time. So these ones you get like he's like hitting on me, and it was like, barely talk to each other, leave me alone. And then just look over to my guest PC where he's playing. It's like, yeah, no, I'm definitely doing that because I think that's hilarious. So yeah, but yeah, apparently when you play multiplayer, you kind of have to figure out what the character would react to. Yeah, because he could probably do way more dialogue options with her right now than I could. So that's a bit annoying. But at some point, I'm going to do an evil playthrough or just a playthrough in general on stream because I always wanted to do that. I think doing an evil playthrough would be fucking hilarious. It would be really funny. But yeah, that was my weekend. It was pretty good overall, I would say. Pretty fun stuff. And we were going to play more Baldur's Gate on Thursday because we figured we can't wait another year because then we forget everything again. Because we're like in Act 3 in the city. And I was like, what were we doing?
I think the last update just came out too. So
Yes.
waiting a year will
all the
will do
subclasses
nothing
have
but
It's
I guess allow more mods possibly.
I mean, we play vanilla, but yeah, they just put out like an 8 gig update or even bigger, which with like 12 subclasses and stuff. So they made so much content for the game. I'm pretty sure this was supposed to be like the final big update. So I assume there's only going to be a couple of more like small updates now, but it seems like they're pretty much done with that.
I just saw on the patch notes it said the final update, so I kind of figured they're like, okay, that's it. We're not doing anything other than working on a new game at this point. Yeah, I guess that major update, the final patch, April 15th, if you go on the Steam page. So I figured I guess there could be a hot fix, but like
sure.
The patches are done.
Did you guys see the what was his name? Sean Austin, the guy who played one of the Hobbits, and Bilbo as well, played Baldur's 3. That was hilarious. Like they were kind of like role playing different characters in Baldur's Gate 3. You guys should see that clip.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Really yeah. Like I think Elijah Wood like picks up like an evil book, and his mate was just like, "No, drop it, please."
Oh, I think there's like a Necronomicon or something in there.
Not again.
Yeah. It's kind of really funny.
Yeah. It's also kind of fun because he basically has like the main character, my friendo. He gets all the buffs from things you do. Like there's a statue of his naked character like just in the middle of the square. And that just gives you like a +1 buff on everything. Just one of the things just says, just look at them, glorious cheekbones or something. I don't know. There's a lot of fun stuff in there. I don't even remember how we got that thing. That was like over a year ago, when it was funny. It's a fun game. It's really good. I definitely want to replay that one day, preferably on stream because that's fun. But yeah, that's been what's been going on. Well, besides me punishing myself with the double slop of The Last of Us Season 2, the game Part 2 at the same time, because I apparently hate myself.
Wow. Episode 2, man. Episode 2. I was speculating they're going to do it in Episode 3, or maybe they even delay it even more.
I mean, honestly, I thought he was making it through the entire season. I was way wrong on that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, because I mean, I kept on hearing that they said they're going to make The Last of Us 5 seasons, and
Jesus,
like,
please don't.
I mean,
holy shit.
There's no third game, and I think didn't they kind of say that there's no plans for a third game at this point either?
I think it's basically
like, well,
canned from what I understand. I mean, it could be wrong, but that's the feeling I get from whatever they have been saying, I guess.
So, do you think they'll stretch out the rest of the story to Season 3?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe I guess I should probably like find a source on that 5 seasons thing. It's just something I kind of remember.
They're definitely doing a Season 3.
Yeah,
I think that's been like confirmed. Yeah.
Season 3 is already confirmed. That's definitely happening.
Yeah,
I just
I knew they
wonder what the
weren't
fuck
doing
they want to
this game in
do
one
for the rest of
season,
this season. Because
Mhm.
I made it just over the halfway point through the game. I am now playing as Abby, and I wonder if
Oh.
they
Yay.
do season 3 with Abby, and then have like one ultimate episode at the end where we get like the timelines together or something. I'm not sure. The thing is, now that we got Joel's golfing that happened, I actually don't know what the next episode is going to be. Because in the game, you do that happens, and then you leave for Seattle, and then you have like hours of this semi-open world area where you just check out all the places, which is a fucking slog, and sucks because you don't have like the fun dialogues or the good dialogue between like Joel and Ellie and stuff like that. So I don't know.
Dina's there. You get lots of Dina and
Dude,
Ellie
Dina and
stuff.
Ellie in the show are even worse than in the game. It's actually
Really?
Oh,
I find that hard to believe.
they're insufferable because they start a little before the game, so like a day before, and we see them go on like on a patrol before the one you go on in the game. And the way they behave, they should just never be in patrols. They don't listen to the superiors.
Yeah.
They start before we even go there. Tommy says like, "Oh, people have been saying you've been reckless, so we're gonna put you on guard duty instead." And then she basically says like, "No, you won't," and then they don't because she's the protagonist. It was really bad.
I think for me also like the weirdest thing about that was I forget which character says it, but someone's like all the other people look up to you two, and I'm like, why?
What?
yeah, Jesse
Like, why?
says that for
They're
some
kind-
reason, and this
Yeah,
makes
it's
no
like
sense.
aren't like why would they be like, oh, the ones that are constantly being snarky and not taking our patrols seriously and then going off and doing their own thing and not following orders? Like why is it that they're the ones that everyone else is like, man, wish I could be like
I
those
wonder if
two."
they mean the kids, like the even younger ones, look up to them because I don't know, because they're rebellious or something. I don't know what the idea is, but definitely
But
none of the
wasn't it
people
in the
that are
context
older.
of not being late. It was in the context of not being late for the patrol, right? Like, she's
Yeah.
like, don't be late. The others look up to you. It's like, so I thought that meant the other people who go out on the patrol.
Oh, definitely not. No, they definitely don't mean this because the 3 people they go on patrol with, they don't even want to talk to them. Like
Yeah, like
it's like
that's
they're like
kind
two
of why I was
groups.
like, well,
It's
it
Dina and
doesn't-
Ellie, and then the other ones in front who do their thing. And then the second they're like, "Oh, this is suspicious. Let's go back and tell them so they can send a squad to check it out." They just ignore them and just go. It's
Do they find the weed place?
yes. It's,
Yeah, they don't smoke the weed though, and it's different characters that find it.
Oh, okay.
It's Ellie and Jesse.
It's Jesse, yeah,
River.
because they switch the characters in that episode for some reason, and it amounts to nothing. It's just worse.
because they wanted Tommy to be back doing a Walking Dead episode.
I don't know. It's
Because he has like that siege of Jackson that also doesn't happen in the game. That basically it's like, hey, we need a big action scene in this episode so that and if anyone hates it because of Joel, they'll at least be like, oh yeah, but there was a big zombie fight, so yay.
that zombie
10
fight
out
was
of 10.
retarded too, though. Their,
Yep.
Yeah.
their defenses are fucking stupid as shit.
Not to mention like when Tommy kind of goes out into the like in or was it Tommy or was it Maria? One of them. Yeah, I think it was Tommy. Kind of goes out into the middle of the street and then doesn't seem to at all be bothered by a bunch of them running past him.
Oh,
as if they can't just turn around and immediately kill him.
That the way, oh God, this scene is so stupid. It's so bad. Tommy sees the one bloater or shambler. I think someone in my comments pointed out it was a shambler, not a bloater, which is correct. I'm pretty sure. So I got that wrong, but it's the ones that can like go through walls. We see that in the games. That is true, and I think I probably make this clear again when I do my my rando rant on episode 3. I don't have a problem with that guy punching through the wall. My problem is that the shambler even gets there because Tommy sees it.
Yeah,
and
none of them.
instead
none
of
them are like, he doesn't even say like everyone shoot that one there.
Yes,
that is the one
you
that
can
is
kill
going
them
to,
with
like, destroy our
guns.
defenses.
I did it in the game. You can do it, and they have like dozens of people up there. All you have to do is like, can everyone focus fire on this one thing that can go through a wall real quick? You shoot them all, and you're fine. This is the only reason why they even get in there.
Shoot the big one. Everyone shoot the big one with everything you've got right now.
He could do it
That's all
himself. He's got a sniper rifle in his hand. And instead of doing that, he's like, they're breaking through, and he fucking runs away to the streets. Yeah. I couldn't believe it. It's insane. Oh god, I hate the show. It's so bad, dude.
What's interesting, like in the game, I'm gonna call them zombies because
I do that all the time. Yeah.
They just seem barely an afterthought in the overall story. You know, the main story is focused on the characters and their interactions and the drama between them. The stories are just like sprinkles in there. And in the first game, they're much more pivotal. It's weird how they're going to go about adapting this because, let's face it, Last of Us 2 is basically an interactive movie, you know, with some occasional shooting of mushroom and bacteria zombies. And rarely ever do you get a second chance writing your own movie that miserably failed last time. Yeah. And it's interesting just to see, like, will you actually improve upon something? With episode 2. No, you won't. You won't.
Well, yeah, I was kind of interested to see if they'd improve it. I doubt they would have bit the bullet and like totally rewrote it because I think they're still under the illusion, or like they still want people to be under the illusion that The Last of Us Part 2 is a masterpiece that it's only racists who don't like or whatever.
But even normies are reacting badly to Pedro Pascal's death.
I remember one comment on the render I put out that says, "I'm actually a fan of the game, but I hate this show. It's like actually worse." And I was like, "That's interesting. I didn't expect that to happen."
Nice.
But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting and bad.
It's interesting what you said, Marc, because I think there's some easy fixes you could do to the game story that would be remarkably better, like the ending. Have Ellie actually kill Abby, then have her,
there's no
play her
chance they're
guitar.
doing that. I don't think there's any chance that they are actually going to have Ellie kill Abby. I guess spoilers for the show, everybody.
Because like the whole moral is revenge is bad.
It isn't worth the first time. So, but I did know that already.
I mean, yeah, I figured.
Sorry for spoiling it now.
I knew that already. That's the one thing I remembered.
Okay. So she like plays the guitar. And because she has like her fingers.
Well, now you're getting into specifics that might actually be spoilers for Metal. But I'm saying that like I don't think the major events. I don't think they're going to change those because again they want people thinking that The Last of Us Part 2 is a masterpiece and that you should still buy the expensive remastered one. And the only people who don't like it are the people who just like Joel too much.
They just released the remaster for Part 2 on PC and I guess everywhere else. And immediately after, we're also releasing the complete version with all the games.
Oh, you fuckers. You absolute... Just when I thought it'd be they're going to drop even more. They drop another complete edition. I was like, fuck you. Fuck off.
There's a physical version with a steel case too, which kind of... It goes to my assertion that Sony knows that they're kind of diehard fans of Last of Us are just going to buy every ultra expensive version as long as there's like a collectible thing. Like it's like Star Wars toys almost, or the way they used to be, where it's like, oh well, I mean I've got to get the Firefly edition of Last of Us Remastered 7. It's I think it's mean to them, though. I don't think they should treat their customers like that.
So a complete edition implies that the second one is the last one, right?
You would think so, huh?
Well, I mean, I think they've just said that there's no plans for a third one, or plans with the third one are on.
I mean, they're working on their other game now, the
Intergalactic, which I gotta say, for episode 2, the protagonist of Intergalactic just popping up in Joel's death scene really kind of pulled me out of the scene. I was like, whoa, okay. I was like, she's here and she looks exactly the same. So you didn't want to maybe give her a different haircut for this role where she's playing a character that has like a ton of hair.
Right. I didn't think about that. That's true.
With the complete edition, I also wanted to say, get Last of Us Part 2 away from me. I can separate those two. Don't join them together. What the hell are you doing?
I mean, again, it's just
To be
I think it's less trying to sell to people who have never played either game and much more trying to sell to people who just are Last of Us collectors and will just buy it.
Mm.
And that's also why it's like
Gotta catch them
expensive
all.
too.
Yeah.
to be fair, I
yeah.
haven't laughed this hard in a long time. When I got to the 2 scenes that lead up to the Switch when you play Abby, I lost my absolute shit when you go to the aquarium and you shoot the 2 guys and they show the one was pregnant. I fucking laughed so fucking hard.
Oh,
I
I
was like,
wish I could have watched you play that. Oh no!
oh, it
Just shoot the
was.
prego.
I couldn't fucking. I was done.
Oh.
I was laughing so hard. It was amazing. It's like you did. It's no way you did that. The second time with someone pregnant in the game, and
Kill the
then
dog as well. Yeah.
and then I keep playing, and then I hit pause, and I was like, the only thing that would make this all even funnier, because people were saying, oh, we're not done, there's something even more hilarious happening soon. I was like, no way. The only way this would get even funnier is if in the next scene Abby shows up and followed you to where you are because you left the map, and then exactly that happens and Jesse gets shot in the face. I absolutely lost my shit. I couldn't fucking breathe. It was so fucking funny. It was great. It was awesome. 10 out of 10 experience for sure.
Yeah. And then you'll see it a second time in the show.
Oh,
How lucky you are.
amazing. Absolutely amazing. But yeah, well, that's the episode 3 is coming out like 3 a.m. for me, so I'll be watching that tomorrow and stream and talk about that and play more of the. I guess I should call this Double Slop Mondays from now on, because that's what I'll be doing for the next 7 weeks. Oh well.
Yeah.
In any case, that's not why we're here. Fortunately.
Yeah, we're here to talk about a good movie. At least I
Yeah.
like it a lot.
Yeah, Miserable Mondays. That's also good. Yeah, that's also good. But yeah, we went back to our little grab bag of movie lists, and as Marc already said, I was like, hey, is there one in there that's not super long? And yeah, this is like 80 minutes. It's nice
Yeah.
and tight and packed.
There's like zero fat on this movie. It's
Yep.
like
Straight to the point. Effective.
So yeah, that was actually nice. I say it over and over again. I'm always happy to see like a movie that's not super like 2.5 hours long. Because I'm already rolling my eyes when I heard that the final Mission Impossible is going to be almost 3 hours long. I'm just gonna like, oh god.
Yeah.
I kind of don't even want to see it because of that, and because the other one was also bad. So I don't really have any hopes for this quote unquote last one. I'm sure they'll fucking reboot it at some point. There's no way they just leave that IP lying around. It's super popular still, I think.
I think doing it without Tom Cruise though
It's gonna be tough.
Yeah, like so. I mean, if he's up for doing another one, I think they'll make more. But otherwise, I think it'll probably be like 20, 30 years before we see a new generation of Mission Impossible movies.
Maybe like an old
Also, because
man.
they're
Tom Cruise.
expensive, right? And like they're not cheap to make. So it's like, well,
no.
Doing it without that star power might not be the best call. But you know,
Absolutely.
who knows?
Remember, kids, John Wick was supposed to be the last one. John Wick 1 should have been the last one and the only one. What a fucking disaster those movies are. No, stop. Breathe. We're not here to talk about John Wick.
That. It angers people.
What about Ballerina, Bethel?
My first video was about John Wick 3 and how shit it was, so I don't even know.
Yeah.
That train is gone.
I think chat encourage Metal to watch Ballerina. I'm sure he'd enjoy that.
I need to watch the other one, the HBO 3-parter or wherever that was, the Continental. I never even watched
Continental. I watched that.
I forgot that existed.
True.
Me too.
I didn't watch it, so it's not like I watched it and then purged it. That totally slipped my mind as far as the
John
things that
Wick
happened.
is in Ballerina. It shows it in the trailer, and he isn't in the Continental show. He is in the Ballerina. So
Yeah, if the
I think it's
Continental was about Winston, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, isn't it like a prequel that
Yeah,
takes
it's a
place
prequel,
like 30 years earlier or something?
Yeah.
But anyways,
Yeah.
Perfect Blue
Yeah.
is a movie
Animo.
that does not have spin-offs or sequels or anything. It's
No.
80 minutes of
Nine,
psychological horror mystery, and it's good.
1997.
Yeah.
I was
It does show
six
its age,
year
but it didn't
old.
bother me. Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Wow.
boy of 13.
And they all get older. We all get older. Shit.
Yeah. See, like in the theaters, I've been watching like dud after dud, like films that just, drag their feet all over the place. And then here comes this little movie that Mark just casually DM'd me, and I watched the first time. Like,
Yeah.
I think it was yesterday that I watched it, and I was like really pleasantly surprised with this film because I was expecting a more
Oh, whoops.
surreal kind of experience, like
No.
really complicated and kind of like an empty mystery box, JJ style. But no, I think there's like a method behind the madness in this film, really well executed, and I really liked it. Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
about you guys?
it does a lot of cool things with what it shows you, how it's edited, how scenes flow into each other, whether or not things are in someone's head and whose head they're in, I think are done in a way that isn't jarring. Like at
Yeah.
no point did I ever find myself just being like, okay, what the fuck is even happening right now? Like,
Mm-hmm.
and granted, I've seen this movie a few times, so like on this
Okay.
watch, I was not at all confused by anything. But I just think that it's done in a way that clearly took a lot of planning, and
Yes.
none of it, pretty much nothing you see on screen at nearly any point is entirely superfluous. Like there's
Hmm.
even I guess like we'll get to it in a moment, but there's even a shot of her going home and going to the grocery store and like picking up milk and fish food and then going home that
Yes.
might seem like it's useless, but then it isn't. Like even just a mundane couple shots like that, it's like, oh, they're actually using that for this story in a way
Mm.
that like you might not have seen coming at all. Yeah, it's good.
Definitely.
Yeah. The big word for this one is perception, I think. That's the they show you things and you make connections to people, maybe or maybe not. Maybe you forget about some other people. But yeah, the way they just cut things between each other and special things, like certain things they cut into each other. It's like, oh, I'm not entirely sure what's going on. It's like, are we going this way? Are we doing the other thing? Are we blaming this guy or this one? Or I don't know. But I think at the end, I think it was pretty clear to me what was going on. I don't think it leaves any more speculation. I think. Maybe I'm completely wrong. I guess we can talk about that, but I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure I know what's going on here at some point, and it's just a lot of things happening at the same time, and then they cut things together, or I guess draw things in a way where you can make
Yeah.
conclusions that might not be the truth at the time until you have more context.
Yeah, Mark, you mentioned like you're never like what the hell is happening kind of. I in some scenes I was like what the hell is happening, but in a good way. It kept me engaged. It kept me interesting. It didn't ever like completely throw me off the rails and leave me confused. But it just kept me interested to dig a little deeper. And I suppose that's what we'll be doing, like figuring out. Um,
Mm-hmm.
what's true, what might have been an illusion per se, and yeah, it'll be fun to talk about.
All right.
Well. But yeah.
Yeah, I'll cite more specific examples of what I meant by
Okay.
that as we go along. I just I feel
Okay.
if I jump ahead too far, we're gonna kind of disrupt the way
Yeah.
we pick it apart.
No
You know,
problemo.
I can, to a certain extent, I can sympathize with the main character of this. You have like this innocent, naive kind of mind at the beginning, and then you get a computer, check out the online world, and then you grow a little older or start work a little more into the years, and you just get more and more crazy each day.
Mm.
I can really sympathize with that. Oh,
This movie tells us that Twitter was a mistake after all.
Yeah.
Dude, the engagement farm on Twitter is just driving me insane. It was like, are you missing out and on this show? And it just shows like Netflix Witcher, and I'm like, missing out, Netflix Witcher. Wow, the engagement bait is not sending their best, but okay. But this movie is.
Yeah, because
Yeah, so I guess
yes.
the first scene we have here is a pop star performance, a J-pop performance of a girl group called Cham, where which our main character Mima is. I guess, like, I mean, so this doesn't sound like a cringe reference. It's also sort of the only example I can come up with of like a three-piece girl band where one of them was clearly kind of the biggest star. But like, I guess theoretically, Mima's like the Beyonce of this Destiny's Child.
Oh, okay.
And, yeah, I know. It's just I think anytime you make comparisons to Beyonce, like immediately people start having opinions. But I'm just saying that as far as like a Western cultural anchor, I think that's probably not a bad way to look at it.
Right.
And she decides that she wants to leave her girl group and pursue not a career as a solo singer, but as an actress. And yeah, and it causes some disturbance in the crowd. We have some people start throwing cans at her, as well as a creepy looking security guard who is he intervenes and he's very, very well telegraphed as likely being an antagonist in this movie.
He doesn't say a word specifically, not even when he's like punched or which is an interesting little detail. He doesn't say a word throughout his interactions.
Wait, does he? I thought he does talk.
He does talk in one instance in the entire film, but that was the scene where I was like questioning even if it happened, but I don't think he says. We don't hear him say a word.
Well, one of the first things we see him do is he's kind of sitting on his he's on taking a knee and holding up his hand and closing an eye in a way that kind of frames Mima in the palm of his hand dancing. And,
like kind of like a snow globe, like as if he was holding one, with like a ballerina in it.
Yeah, it's they make it pretty clear that this guy is a stalker, like off the bat.
Yes.
Yeah, and I guess that's kind of the most important information that we learn at first until the crowd starts getting angry at each other for the people that like want to just watch the show and the other guys who are effectively just trolling and want to disturb the show. And then she makes her announcement. And and then that's kind of it for the setup scene.
Yeah. Also,
Marc,
the thing that is important. Her agency is also saying like, this makes more sense for you, or for us also, because we like to make money as an agency. Because apparently pop idols at this point are not really at the height anymore as they were like a year or two ago. And they basically it's like, we barely break even. Like, we don't really make a lot of money the way they are currently going. So her being able to do some acting just seems to be the better move right now.
It's 1997, so even Japan's going for the Spice Girls over there, over everyone else.
I did want to ask like about pop idols. Like, what's the difference between like a pop idol and I don't know, maybe a regular singer?
Well, I mean, like I guess the genre, like pop idols generally like younger women who dress up and dance around on the things for like J-pop being what this is. I mean, like now there's a big resurgence of it, particularly from Korea. Like K-pop is huge.
Yeah.
And,
so like Blackpink, would that count?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, like the Blackpink would be a Korean equivalent of Cham, just for this generation as opposed to my generation.
Okay,
well, I hope that means anything for someone in chat, because I don't know this band. I legit don't. But I know what you mean. But I do know what you mean. Obviously, I just don't know.
Very kawaii metal. Yes, it's very kawaii. As the cool kids would say.
Kawaii would be a Japanese word though, and they're Korean.
Ooh, I guess.
Damn it, Marc.
Apparently, Az and Mola were talking about the Spice Girls a few days ago. See, it's a circle, or it's all a circle. Time is a globe or something.
I mean, I think like Spice Girls came up at around 97, 98, I think. or at least yeah, as far as I remember, I feel like it seems like the right time frame in my head, considering I was like still in elementary school at the time. So it was pre 99 for sure.
Yeah. Also, that's actually a good point. Someone says that VTubers would be a good comparison. They kind of do the same thing, just as like basically as a solo act. Because they even here they also say that she's graduating from the band, which is also terminology they use for VTubing, from what I understand. Which basically means they leave whatever they're doing right now. So, yeah.
Didn't they? Sorry to jump ahead, but
No problem.
didn't further on in the film did they mention that the pop idols were actually doing well?
Yes.
Yeah, and we'll get to that too, which
Okay.
is and I was kind of going to that would have been when I went back to the Beyonce thing, that it sort of goes in the opposite direction, where the one who's the centerpiece leaves and then the band becomes more successful.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, that's what we're doing right here. And then we, as you already pointed out, we see her do a little bit of groceries and stuff. Get some fish food and some milk.
Cow brand milk.
Cow brand milk.
Oh, I guess, wait, one last thing that I didn't know. I started watching this in English, and then I kind of decided, I don't know, I think I might have watched this in English the last time I watched it. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna listen to it in Japanese this time.
Oh,
and
I do that automatically.
I watched it in English, unfortunately.
I can't do dubs for live action, but as long as the dub is like decent for an anime, I don't mind it. But one thing I did find funny is they dub the song that Cham sings in English.
Yeah, they do.
And I was like, is this in English in the Japanese version too? And I was like, no, it's definitely they re-recorded the whole ass song. That's crazy.
Wow.
But yeah, in general though, this movie in particular, I think is better in Japanese. The dub's not bad. It's just it's not phenomenal.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Next time I watch it, I'll make sure to look for a subtitle version. All right.
Oh, so TruePop watched it in English.
Yes.
There
Unfortunately.
we go. Okay.
I'm the scrub of the three. Oh no.
Well, I mean, but you still enjoyed the movie, so I guess at the very least it didn't like scuttle it for you.
Well, I didn't even consider watching the English dub. Looks like I am the kawaii one now. Get fucked. Anyway, she just goes home now. She also got a little bit of a fan letter here, and she learns from that letter about Mima's room, and she's a bit confused because, what do you mean room? I'm in my room. That's weird.
I'm in my room right now.
Yeah, there's no one here.
And it's Tokyo, so my room is actually also my entire apartment.
Pretty much, yeah.
Even though I'm a pop star who's famous.
But yeah, it says in the things like that they put a link to Mima's room, and she has absolutely no clue what this means because it's 1997 and not everyone has a computer or the internet, so that's just very confusing. And then she talks a little bit with her mom, and it's like, oh, don't worry, I want to be an actress, all fine. I told you just don't understand the business. And it's like, yeah, but my uncle, your uncle, he always buys like 20 CDs and all that stuff. And it's like, don't worry. It's like, oh, wait, there's another call on the other line. And it's just no talking. And it's like, okay, that's weird. And it's like, oh, it's just the wrong number, nothing crazy. And then there's another ring-a-ling going on. And she gets a fax. Remember fax machines?
No.
Yeah.
I
mean,
I was born in 2000.
I mean, I still use them at work, but for setting like referrals and things to outside clinics. Yeah. They still exist. Faxes exist.
Yeah. They used them at my work for a little bit, but they had a number, but then they just had something set up that it just converts it to a PDF immediately and you get it via email.
I mean, yeah, that would probably make more sense.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that sucks about using fax machine now is it seems like it wastes paper unnecessarily if the fax isn't successful, because you still get a printed out receipt saying, yeah, this didn't work, send it again.
Oh no, the E is faded. I can't tell what it said.
Well, I don't think it would do that. It's like if the line was busy, it'll say fax failed, and then but you get like a printout that says, hey, this thing that you sent, and then it prints out the whole thing you sent, and it says unsuccessful or did not work, whatever.
Yeah. But in
That
any
is a
case,
waste of paper.
that facts thing
It says traitor.
just
all
says
over it.
traitor all over it. Yeah, and at this,
Oh,
yeah.
see, I didn't know what it says because I watched the English version. I was like, wait, what
Oh,
does
they
it
didn't
say?
put
The
like subtitles for that.
Oh,
No,
yeah, that's odd.
no,
That's
they
yeah, it
didn't.
said
And I
traitor
was like,
over and over again. That's why she got,
Yeah,
looked worried out of her window. It's like, okay, maybe something weird is happening right here and right now.
I was like, oh, ominous looking Japanese symbols. Oh no, what does it say?
Those are scary.
Traitor.
Yeah, they said traitor over and over again. But in any case,
Clearly,
we
someone who did not want her to leave Chem.
yeah. Squiggly lines. Those are
Oh.
very scary. That is true. Let me see. Oh yeah, she's on set right now because she wants to be an actress, and she got a very small role with one line in it, and she's still very nervous because that's her first foot in the door for being an actress, and yeah, just gotta start small.
She got a role in a psychological thriller called Double Blind or Double Blind.
Exactly.
Is it,
Right.
wait, blind or bind?
Bind.
Bind.
Yeah, bind.
Yeah,
Yeah, and she had one line. Amazing.
at first.
Yeah. But she also brought this letter and asks Rumi, her direct agent at the time, right? Like that she's I don't know. She's
Rumi's like, yeah, she's her agent from her talent agency.
yeah, exactly. Okay. Because there's more agents in there, and she talks to
And
multiple.
former pop star. Rumi is also a former pop star herself.
When
Wait,
did
really?
they mention that?
When did they say that?
There's a conversation with Rumi and the other agent.
Oh, I completely
Where-
missed that.
yeah.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
me
yeah,
too.
that's
That
I mean, that
a
makes
good
sense,
detail.
obviously, but yeah, it's,
Yeah.
I just completely missed that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
yeah.
It
Cool.
does make me think about a certain ending of this film. Interesting.
Yeah.
But anyway, she asks her about the whole Mima's room thing. She's like, "Oh yeah, that's like a, that's that link. That's the title of a website. You can go there on the interwebs." And she's like, "Do you even understand that?" And she's like, "Nope, not one bit," which I just found funny.
Just like the Jay and Silent Bob. What the fuck is the internet?
Notice that she's like very good with internet stuff, and the pop idol.
Yeah,
isn't.
there's lots of little hints. I guess if you
Yeah.
haven't seen this movie, we're tipping a little bit of the hand on the twist here. But yeah, keep an eye on Rumi.
We will never know what this internet is. No, that's never getting a breakthrough. That's crazy. Just computers talking to each other around the world. That's insane. I would never consider that being a thing.
Yeah. Maybe we're on the internet right now.
In a simulation of simulations.
Oh my god.
I think even in reality, we are on the internet right now. That's how we're talking. None of us are in the same country. I'm in a
Whoa.
different continent.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Ah.
on. Let's just say on for continent, but in for country, right?
What?
What?
I wasn't listening.
Like you don't say I'm. Maybe you would say I'm in North America. I don't know.
I
Never
think
mind,
you would
it's not
say in.
important.
Okay. Now
Wait, does Canada? Wait. Does Canada count as a continent?
No, North America would be my continent. Canada would be my country.
Wait, what's in the North continent? Greenland and stuff, right? No.
Well, no, Greenland's not on the continent.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm
Continents are
confused
large
with my
land
joke.
masses, so like islands are not part of the continent, and generally continents don't have governments, except I guess for Europe. But even then, it's more a union than a. Yeah, it's never mind.
All right.
Cool. Anyway, she's up next. Scene 32. I only know that because it just popped up on screen. But she's playing the sister of one of the people in that show, the psychological thriller. And she has one singular line, but she's very nervous, and she goes over it over and over again. And just kind of sitting there waiting for the things to go into action. and she looks around. It's like, man, everyone seems to be so comfortable, those bright lights, and she's very anxious about everything. Like, everyone seems to be so comfy already. They're kind of having a laugh. She doesn't really know anybody around. She's like, oh man, this is kind of intimidating.
Yeah, she gets on like on the stage, on the scene,
Yeah.
and is about to say a line, and she like looks at everyone like chatting away, and it only adds to kind of her nervousness and kind of feeling like a outsider because this is like a new realm for her. She's
Exactly.
just been
Yeah.
a singer.
And throughout the whole movie, she's wondering if this was all a mistake too.
Yes.
Like if it's like maybe pop idol life was a better fit for me, and I don't know if I'm up for this actress life. Though I mean, I at least I'd say well in Japanese, I think the performance even it's weird when you're rating the performance of a character that's in a movie who's playing a character in the show, but rating her performance in the show where the character is acting. She's pretty good. I think
Yeah.
that like in the scenes that she's in, I could understand why they'd be like, yeah, no, maybe putting her in more of this is a good idea. But I guess here, like with the scene we got on screen now, the writer is maybe a bit hesitant to be like, yeah, but she's a pop idol, and like that means like I can't really do much with her because like
They're
there's I guess
busy,
cultural
they're-
rules of
Well, also,
well,
I
and more
assume
that there's
just a
cultural rules
scheduled
about how.
crossover.
I mean, yeah, there's that as well, but I think that the bigger thing is that kind of like cultural etiquette as to how you would use a pop star in shows that can get risque, I suppose. 'Cause,
Right.
like you also got to understand it's like, well, I'm not going to be able to do half the things I need to do with her in a show that gets this brutal because we got to maintain her pop idol image, right?
Gotcha.
And that's why he doesn't start writing scenes that are more intense for Mima until they make it clear to him. It's like, yeah, no, she's out. She's no longer a pop idol.
Yeah, because they also make clear that his story is not quite finished yet as well. Like, because there's like, oh, you need to like figure out what you want to do with that criminal, and it's like, oh yeah, I'll get to it. It's like whatever.
I mean, it's always also like I guess it used to be thought of as like a risky thing to have like a singer or other celebrity in your film, in your project, because you're getting them for the name only. I mean, recent examples like Star Wars with Mandalorian season 3, or Jack Black, and who else was there?
Oh, Lizzo.
Lizzo. And you can't help but roll your eyes out of your skull when you see that.
Hey, I mean, I thought Madonna was quite good in Dick Tracy.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, it's a fun movie. It's
Okay.
weird, but it's good. It's an old
I'm
like
trying
pulp
to
detective kind of
think of like other examples
Warren
of like,
Beatty.
because there are hit and miss like singers in films or TV shows.
Oh yeah.
To be fair, Madonna was playing what's effectively like a femme fatale Marilyn Monroe type, so like it was it was a pretty good fit for casting Madonna. But
Imagine Madonna these days in a movie.
Oh yeah,
No.
Ed Sheeran in Game of
I don't
Thrones.
want it.
Yeah, that's a good suggestion actually. Yeah, Beyonce in Lion King as well. I think I have another one somewhere, but no, completely gone.
Yeah,
No.
I mean voice work. I don't know that. As far as the like, oh, that pulls you out of the thing because it's like, oh, that's yeah. Actually, here Sasha says Ed Sheeran in Game of Thrones. I think that's actually a pretty good example.
Yep.
Cool.
I mean, hey, like not a pop idol, but it happened to me in Last of Us last week with Intergalactic Girl just all of a sudden being in Joel's death scene. I was like, what? Naughty Dog Cinematic Universes, what's happening here? Why?
Oh god, imagine. Please don't.
Wait, Justin Timberlake, has he been good in anything? I guess he was good in Pop Star, Never Stop, Never Stopping. But I mean, it's a very jokey character he's playing though at the same time. Have you not seen that? The Lonely Island movie?
I
Like,
don't think
Andy
I've seen
Samberg?
that one. No, I haven't seen that one.
Oh, you should watch that. It's funny.
Oh, okay.
It's like, do you like Lonely Island? Like Andy Samberg's band?
Yeah.
Dude,
Hot Rod. I
Star
love
Never-
Hot Rod. He's in that.
Yeah, watch Pop Star, Never Stop, Never Stopping.
Okay.
It's funny.
But yeah, they're all just hanging out on set. I guess the higher up agent of Mima's is talking about talking to the writer and the I guess the other guy is the agent of the writer. I don't think he actually has a name. He's just kind of here, I think.
I think he's one of the producers of the show.
Yeah,
and thanks
probably.
for the raid, X-Ray Girl.
Oh, thanks for the raid. Appreciate that. Still the white on white. It's so stupid. I'm sorry. Every time. The producer tells him, "Oh, Mima's been getting good reviews from like everybody in the station," and he's like, if that's true, how about some more lines for my girl?" It's like,
Yeah.
She's an idol. It's gonna be problems. Like, no, actually, it won't be. She stopped doing that, so it's all good. He's like, "Oh, okay, interesting." Anyway, there was a letter for her. Here, check it out. It's for her. It's like, "Oh, thanks, that's cool." And then he opens it up, and it goes bada bing, bada boom. It is a letter bomb.
Yeah.
The Unabomber has returned.
Escalated very quickly here.
Well, it should probably be mentioned now. I think this movie was released shortly or before or after the whole Bjork accident happened.
Shit.
Yeah. I don't know how close it is, but
did
I'm pretty
Bjork
sure
get
that was.
letterbombed?
I'm pretty sure this was
that
19.
just something I forgot about?
It's like the whole thing with the stalker and everything, where they sent stuff in the mail and she got fucked up, right?
Is she? I feel like at least I don't remember that.
Hang on,
I
let me
might have
double
heard
check.
about
Maybe
it
I'm
at the time. Clearly I was alive because I'm old.
Okay. This
Here,
might
it's
be a really
1996 was that? Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So yeah, this was the year afterwards. Though I mean, anime sometimes takes a while. to
Ricardo
draw,
Lopez,
and-
a crazed Bjork superfan.
Okay.
Well, might have been a reference.
I did want to mention as well. I don't know if this is a really stupid question, but I'll ask it anyway. I know the Unabomber sent like packages, and obviously those could go kaboom.
Mm.
I don't know how you do that with a letter with something so thin. Exactly.
I mean, like, I suppose we shouldn't go into the specifics of
yeah,
how,
exactly.
like,
Yeah.
Wait, let me record this part.
ChatGPT, how do you make a letter go kaboom? But yeah.
I mean, theoretically, as long as okay, God, am I actually gonna? Okay, like
We can talk about it.
explosives and a detonator. So if you have something that triggers a detonator, it will blow up the explosive. But it was a very
Right.
small amount too, because it didn't kill the guy that got injured from it.
I'm
In fact,
guessing it was like something chemical or something. Probably, yeah. Not mechanical, but yeah.
maybe. And if anything, I thought that this was probably the weirdest part of the movie because they say that they don't want the police called. Which I found strange, just because it's like, well, I mean, why wouldn't you? Like, that's pretty major.
Oh yeah, the device that was sent to Björk that was caught in the mail actually, but I think the time it should have gone off, he made like a video where he offed himself in the video after shaving. There's like there's like documentary videos out there you can watch from good YouTubers. I've seen those.
Well, I'm happy Bjork's still with us. She's a charming type of little crazy person.
Mm.
Did Wendy Goon make a video about this? Am I going crazy? Let me check now.
That might be why you guys are more aware of it than I was. I feel like I probably heard about it at the time, but again, I would have been like 12 in '96. So
Let me check here.
might have just not been on my radar of things I need to retain.
No, I don't think he made a video. Oh, Count Dankula made one of him like 4 years ago. I think that's the one I watched. That's an hour-long video. Watch that. I think that's the one I watched.
Right.
Just watch,
I did see a watch later.
just watch Dankula in general. He's a funny lad. I heard about this from Nick Crowley. Oh, that could be Nexpo. That's I mean, I watched both of those, so I might have watched that 3 times then for every one of those. I don't know. Pick your poison, I guess.
Arsenic.
So
Breaking Bad reference. Oh my goodness.
nah.
Was there ricin in Breaking Bad? I was thinking about going with ricin. That's
Okay.
either way, they're both poisons. It's fine. It was a one-liner.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the letter bomb goes off.
Yes.
Not much comes of it. They kind of just want to assume it's isolated, and yeah, we don't actually. Did we ever find out who the letter bomb was from?
not really.
'Cause
They
I don't
wonder
think
if it's
it's
connected,
from-
but the letter bomb itself is not really mentioned again. The
Yeah.
thing is, you can see in the show that Ruby looks a bit like she's tired here and angry. I don't know where I should connect this with. This might be just random here, but I'm not entirely sure. So maybe she was busy making the bomb or something. I don't know.
Well, I guess the thing that makes me think it wasn't is just because it was addressed to Mima, right? So, and I
Yeah.
don't think Rumi would have wanted to kill Mima at this point.
Probably
I
not. Yeah,
think it
that's
was
why I'm wondering.
the security guy from the earlier scene. I think that's what it's implied.
Well,
to
but I
be.
don't think he would want to kill Mima at this point either, because he also hasn't been like again
Oh,
stuff we'll get
maybe.
into later. But he's not been told about the imposter.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, it's hard to tell what's real or not real.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the letter bomb ultimately is not all that important, but I guess it just hammers home that like there are people who are really not happy with her becoming an actress and leaving Cham, her girl group.
Yeah. So the thing is,
those just joining us.
Rumi and Mima, they're like in her apartment, and she helps her set up a PC because Mima got interested, and that's also where they kind of talk. Like, should we have like, why didn't we like call the police or anything? And as you said, she just kind of says like, oh, it was probably just a prank or something. And I don't know. I find it a bit hard to believe that nobody called the police. There was so many people there.
Yeah.
I have no idea
Well-
how nobody was like, yeah, we should definitely do this.
I think like they specifically said though that the guy who got injured said he didn't want the police called, and it might just be because he's a producer on the show and didn't want the show to get delayed. I guess I could kind of believe
Yeah.
that. I just like when you're dealing with explosives, it's like, oh well. I mean, you should maybe call the cops, man.
Apparently,
Yeah, I was
okay.
very
It says here,
surprised.
Mr. Tadokoro said not to. Okay, I guess so. They just didn't want the buzz then.
I'm doing a money laundering scheme here. I can't have cops here.
Well, I guess because if the boss in Japan says a thing, everybody just kind of goes with it. I think that hasn't changed since, for the
Yeah.
most part.
You will work 8-hour days, and you
Yeah.
will not complain.
Even though there's nothing to do. Yeah, so I think abroad in Japan, they made like a video where they talked about that philosophy that he had to go through back in the day as well. It's like, oh, it's great that you stayed here longer than everybody else, even though there was nothing to do. But good job. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Apparently that's getting better these days, though. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, apparently that's why. Well, I guess that's just crazy for me, but I guess it makes sense from a cultural standpoint, I would say. Happy to be corrected, but from what I understand from Japanese culture, if the boss says not to do a thing, probably nothing. No one's going to do anything.
Yeah, and I think if he wasn't the one who was injured by the explosion, that might have been trickier. But if he's like, no, like it's okay, I'm fine. It hurt. It was loud. I bled a little bit, but I didn't die. And if we have cops wanting to like tear the studio apart right now, it's going to delay our production, which is going to cost us all money. And let's just leave it. She had a crazy fan. We're not allowing her to open letters on set anymore.
Yes. But yeah, and then Rumi explains her how she can go onto the internet, which just, I don't know, it's just funny to see because it was a different time. It's like, you have to double click here. Double clip? It's like, I don't know, it's just kind of amusing. But yeah, it's like, you put in the URL, and then we see her doing it when she's gone. HTTP // It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that
I was
like,
like-
you did have to
Yeah,
type the HTTP like back in the
Yeah.
day. It wasn't just
Aw.
automatically there.
wasn't completely automatic. Yeah, it's
I was like,
That's something
no,
that the
don't do
youngins might
it.
not get. It's just like, oh, you don't have to type that. It's like, no, you did.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
used to actually have to.
in any case, for her unluck, the first thing she's interested by is the URL she has been sent from this fan letter. It's like, Mima's room. Oh, let me check that out. And at first he's like, oh, that's kind of funny. Oh man, that sounds exactly like me. Ha ha ha. And she quickly goes like, oh, that's, what do you mean? First, the left foot first. She quickly realizes it's all a bit creepy, basically.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well, at first she thinks it's someone who's just like, it's okay. This is a person that's kind of pretending to be me and like doing this little diary for my fans. That's kind of cool. But then the detail and accuracy
yeah.
is like, oh, okay. This is a person that like
Yeah.
is watching me. Like it's
Isn't there like shots like intercut of her like picking up the pet food, picking
yeah,
up
and
the specific dairy cow, and yeah.
that's kind of what I mentioned earlier on
Yeah.
about even the mundane scenes in the intro, or like shots that seem like they're just setting, like doing a bit of world building and kind of showing you about her day. It's like no, it's relevant because we're not the only ones noticing this right now. Like there's someone else who notices the type of water and milk that she
Yeah.
buys, the fish food that she buys.
Yeah, because she goes through, it's
And
like, oh, they held a party for me. It was terrific for my first gig. And then I went to the shops and got mineral water and milk. And we saw her pick up exactly that. Even,
the specific type
yeah,
brand
the cow
of
brand
milk,
milk.
too.
And he's like, oh, that's,
Uh-uh.
Yeah. It's like,
I like
fish
as
food
soon
for
as
my
she got the
fishies.
computer, I was like, no, don't do it, don't go online, throw it away, you'll be happier.
Play some Command Conquer 1. Don't go here.
Minesweeper.
What could she play on that computer? Like maybe Snake? I don't know.
Doom had been
Well,
out for
Yeah.
like 4 years at that point.
I mean, this is
Oh,
Although
really?
it's a Mac,
Okay, yeah.
like
This is a
it is-
Macintosh.
It is,
Those were pretty good
Yeah,
for back
it
in
is
the
a
day.
Macintosh. So, oh, maybe not a ton of games. You could definitely play
Yeah.
like Oregon Trail on it.
Yeah. But yeah, she quickly realized that it's all a bit sussy-wussy. It's all a bit super specific, and I did not write this, and I definitely didn't talk to someone there, and I don't remember anyone taking pictures and putting them somewhere. But here we are. So, a bit odd, that one, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then we go to the scene they were trying to film the last time.
Wait a minute,
Where
Metal,
she
was that
says
your
her
English
line, the
accent?
line.
Sometimes
odd,
I
isn't it?
do that.
Okay.
It's just, it happens.
I see it. Hey, I understood that reference.
But yeah, she has her first scene, and it goes quite well, I would say. And it's just in general, they show what's happening in that show. There's like a catwalk with some models, but there's also a corpse in like a boiler room that fell out. But it's the show, and we see the agents like, man, there was only 3 shots. This is really worth leaving Cham for. Was that? And this is where they go over. I was like, it's really hard to even get someone to reappear in a series, even in a small capacity like this. And also, if she proves to be a good real actress, it's going to be making much more money. The pop idol stuff, that's not really popping off anyway anymore. It's not as lucrative. And immediately after...
Yeah, so there's the line. He said times are different from when Rumi Hidaka was... Hidetaka, I think? I didn't catch that before it moved on. Was working as a pop star. So like that's sort of where you find out that Rumi is a former pop idol herself.
Right. See, I think at this time her name wasn't really proper in my brain, so I just read that at someone being... Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's just me not noticing that. Yeah, that makes sense.
But Rumi does reveal here that she is really not a fan of her client now being an actress. Like he's like, no, like she came to Tokyo to sing. Like
exactly.
We should have her singing.
Yeah, and then he even says like, on record sales we make practically nothing. The record sales they do. And right after this happens, the other agent that's now doing Cham pops a magazine on a thing that says the top 10. I was like, huh? And
top 100.
Yeah. We quickly realize or get to know Cham made it to 83rd place. They broke into the top 100.
Apparently, none of the other Cham songs ever charted on the top 100.
Yes.
So they're doing slightly better without Mima.
Yeah, and then we get another scene where some of the there's like 3 peeps we kind of follow around where they talk about the happenings. We're like, oh, we saw Double Bind. It was kind of boring. Why are psycho thrillers made in Japan always this like lame? And Mima is not even in it. It's like, and we see the creep guy again. He's like, yeah, he looks kind of happy. Maybe he thinks she might be coming back to the band, back in action. I don't know.
She's always around those like 3 guys that start conversations about the main character.
Mm.
I mean, they always like pop up throughout the film. Or,
Yeah,
like,
but they're
you
kind
know,
of like the I don't know, the audience, the common crowd perception, I
Yeah.
guess, is what they want us to show.
Here
Yeah.
are things that you might be considering right now, audience.
Exactly, yeah.
By the way, like nowadays she could do both, right?
Probably.
Like more like
Well,
yeah.
maybe, but again, that's kind of what I was saying, that like the image of the pop idol being this like cute, nice, kind of innocent singer who just goes up on stage and dances, and like that, when you combine it with what's effectively on, like, I don't know, like a pretty risque crime drama, is just like it would not go well for her image, because she'd be kind of selling to two entirely different audiences. So I think, and that's kind of that's the reason why it would be difficult for her to do both, because they
Yeah.
would only want to be casting her in roles that are like safe for a pop idol,
Yeah.
as opposed to
Yeah.
just whatever she can make money on, right?
It's interesting because I think it creates the most conflict in the film, you know, the most drama, kind of like do I go this one way? Am I definitely sure? And blah blah, and it just continues throughout all the film, and it's very interesting. So yeah, that's why I asked.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and it gets more difficult even for Mima, as I
Yes.
think we're about to see soon. Which I guess, Metal, try to be careful about what we show.
Oh yeah,
Definitely.
yeah. Well, first of all, we see her on her way to the agency, and she's kind of thinking about when she's about to step out of the subway. She thinks about what she read, like left foot first or
foot?
whatever
Yeah.
foot first. It's like kind of stops. It's like, oh, but yeah, she gets pushed out, and she quickly runs out of the subway station because she started to get worried about this whoever it is writing this blog for her, which she doesn't know about. Yeah, she just kind of walks into the agency. They have some paparazzi here. She's like, they're kind of nice actually. It's like, oh, good morning, and everything, but she doesn't react. And they're like, oh man, why they are getting so mean when they go to to the actings? But yeah, she's just having her head somewhere else. But yeah, she arrives at the agency, and the lasses they're having a bit of a party, a bit of a celebration. It's like, whoa, it's going great. It's like, oh, what's going on here? It's like, hey, they made it to the charge. She's like, oh, that's awesome. I'm so happy for them, like legitimately. And it's a kind of funny how they do it, because they're celebrating for their big breakthrough, basically. And then Rumi hands her the scripts, like, here's your script. It's a couple of more lines this time, which seems a bit manipulative, or at least she tries to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, look, they're doing great. Anyway, here's your 4 lines you can say this time.
Yeah, still moving in the right direction, though.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's just in hindsight interesting to see the way she does it here.
And didn't Daisy Ridley get her start playing like a corpse in something, like in a show like this, and then ended up being, the person who saved Star Wars?
Daisy, we're gonna have to play you. You're gonna have to play with someone really stoic here, just a corpse, with no emotion. You should manage that, right?
Yeah, we see her do another scene in the movie, and we slowly start to do the thing where it seems like, oh, this is just like the next scene where she's just running around, but it's like, no, she's like that's actually a part of the show. So now we're starting to kind of intermingle the show scenes with a bit of reality, and we're starting to go in the direction where things get confusing / harder to follow, But yeah, the writers and the producer, I think they talk about her. It's like, hey, saw next week's script, sounds great. Didn't think there would actually be more lines for her. And he's like, oh, you know what? If your agency is cool with this, I got something in mind,
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
And it's like, oh, okay, what could that be? And we kind of cut to them in the agency. We see Mima reading the script, and yeah, the one I don't think, is that the producer or is this the other agent guy? I think it's the other agent guy.
I think it's the agent.
It was like, well, in any case, the sister's personality completely changes when she's being sexually assaulted by the customers at a strip show. It's like, are you crazy? It's like, what?
Yeah,
What kind of scene?
Quite a jump from saying "Who are you?" was her only line in the episode.
And Rumi is like, oh, but she's a pop idol. We can't do this. Don't worry, I'm not gonna let this happen. It's like, well, the script's already behind schedule. We can't just go to them and say like, no, we're not doing this. This is gonna be bad for everyone, and probably gonna be negative, and possibly just, I don't know, maybe yeet them out. And Rumi keeps saying, it's like, we need to protect her. It's like, there's no way we're gonna do this. But Mima's is like, no, it's fine, I'll do it. It was like, oh, okay, damn.
Because she thinks that that's what she has to say in order to like get her new career up and running, and that there'll be no repercussions at all for her psychologically. But we'll see how this goes.
This is like I would say this is like a breaking point, like definitely. It just turns like really really sad from here on in, and there's ups and downs to it, but this is like a really sad breaking point moment for her psychologically.
Yeah, and I think it's also kind of a look into the things someone needs to do when trying to get like a entertainment industry career going, and it's like, well, sometimes you're given opportunities that while they might jump up your profile quite a bit, maybe you shouldn't take all of those opportunities, you know?
I guess it's also a bit of an insight to like Japanese culture, where you don't want to bother people with things, especially when you're working, because like work culture in Japan is like insane compared to anywhere else. Because there's like also this whole thing in Japan apparently where you get a job somewhere, and lots of times you just stay there until you die, basically, unless you just kind of break out and do something else.
They even have like nets from the tops of buildings in case you feel like jumping.
Yeah, wasn't that like an Apple factory specifically at some point that started that?
Frick, how? Wow.
I think I'm not entirely sure. I would need to read up about this. I haven't thought about that in a while. But I know about this. It's quite wild. It's quite wild. It's not a fun time, for sure.
So next time you're upset about your own job, remember that
they could be installing nets. Yeah. Imagine that, like joining like a new. Oh, chat says it's China. Oh, interesting.
Might also be China. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't doubt that. That sounds like a China thing to do.
I mean, like you finally, get an email saying you've been accepted to this job, and you're, yay! I finally can make a living. And then you make your way to the office job, only to see them installing these nets. Yeah. I'm just like, oh boy, this is not a good first impression, is it?
Yeah. Anyway, before we go to that scene happening, where they filmed that scene, we see her in the subway looking in her reflection, and you see the pop idol reflection of her just saying, I definitely don't want to do this. It's like, okay, I see what we're doing.
The perception elements, I think, start kind of ramping up here, where it's like she is at war with her former self in some ways, and I don't even think she's 100% sure which side is the correct one. Like as far as like who's telling her the things that are like good advice, but because she wants to do really well as this actress in these adult drama series, but there's also a part of her that's like, I was pretty happy when I was just a pop idol in my band with my two friends. And...
By the way, like with these sort of like I'll say grape scenes, it's more so the case that like very experienced actors do it, at least from what I can recall. Like, they did this in previous videos, and she's only just
started.
this is what
Yeah.
yes, this is like a couple of months in, maybe, or maybe weeks, and already they're pushing this onto her, and I just like find that kind of disgusting in the industry. But yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah,
probably
again, it's really sad. Yeah.
I could imagine like in scenes that we don't see, like conversations. The writer was thinking about this, but he probably thinks like, okay, there's no way these experienced actors are gonna say yes to this because they seem to be already made. They're very popular, so they're probably like, nah, I'm not gonna do this. Like, why would I? But then it's like, oh, we have this new one that's not an idol anymore, and she's looking to break in. Probably we can just get her to do it, and as we can see, that's what's happening. And it's that's an intense scene to film, 100%, and probably nothing I would do with someone who just came in.
Yep.
But that's what they do, and we go to that scene where they film it, and they, I mean, you don't see like anything explicit really, but it's explicit enough that I'm not going to show it even through the filter because I don't know how YouTube reacts to this.
Yeah, and well, I think that the way this scene is done is interesting too, because it bounces between being extremely uncomfortable when we're kind of in the TV show scene as they're filming it, and then they'll say cut, and then things will happen, like the guy who's kind of, you know, the primary assaulter kind of goes over to her and is just like, I'm really sorry.
Yeah, I'm really sorry. Yeah, I really like that they did that.
Like, even he doesn't really want to be doing it.
Yeah.
So he's like, well, it's my job too, I guess.
Yeah, they do a great job showing how like uncomfortable of a scene this is to like even film, like be in this position. And as you said, he goes like, I'm sorry, because they cut. He just kind of wants to stand up, and it's like, no, hold positions. We're just moving the cameras a bit, and then just goes back down. He's like, I'm sorry, and she's like, no, don't worry about it. It's like I can totally see this happening this way if this would be filmed in like real life.
She's trying very hard to be professional.
Yes,
and it seems like she's at least on set doing quite a good job of it. Like it really does seem like it isn't really rattling her like on the day of. But yeah. And we get
like
more later, though.
It's annoying as well because she's trying to act professional, they just feel like fine to say, okay, let's do it again and again and again. They just seem incredibly inconsiderate. Like, how many times this is not a professional actress by like experienced actress by any means necessary. Why are you making them do this again and again? It's just it does make you feel very sympathetic for her. Yeah,
they need the shots. I assume that's just how it works. But I know what you mean. It's like, oh man, do we need to do this with her?
Just do it in one take, you know, get it over with, you know.
Well, no, that's not how how movie making works.
Exactly. Yeah,
you do have to move the camera around, otherwise it's all just one shot.
Well, what I mean is like not repeat it. Yeah, basically.
Yeah, but it's incredibly uncomfortable. We see Rumi kind of breaking down herself.
She's crying. Like,
she
really is not happy about this.
And
which, I mean, you know, if you're the sort of motherly talent agent that like you're a former pop star, and clearly Rumi didn't want to move into stuff like this, which is why she ended up becoming a talent agent after she had her pop star career. That she kind of just feels like she failed to like protect her from this kind of work,
right?
And
but
it is still like, even though it's not actually happening though, a lot like anytime the cameras are rolling in the movie, it is very uncomfortable. Like it's a brutal scene that isn't like, it's not arousing at all, like it's not titillating, it's just like it feels like wrong. You're just like, oh man, this is terrible.
Yeah, especially towards the end, she just imagines the crowd she performed for like idols as an idol. It's like, oh, this was like much more lighthearted and fun, and I was singing and it was great, and now I'm just lying here.
How did I get here?
Yeah. Didn't she say before the assault scene that her parents will probably lose a gasket, but you know she's still fine doing it? It's just like, maybe your parents would lose a gasket for a good reason. But yeah.
Yeah. At least she wasn't cast in a Star Wars film, someone in chat says.
Oh God.
Lucky her.
God, like,
Oh.
Andor season 2 is going to be so tough to talk about with people.
People keep asking me what I think about it. I haven't seen it yet. I don't know. I don't care.
I haven't seen. I've seen the scene in question, but I haven't seen all of it. And yeah, I'm arguing with people.
Probably, like, I mean, the first 3 I think are probably the weakest block of 3 episodes of Andor so far. But I think that a lot of the stuff around that scene is getting pretty overblown because
I mean,
like, nothing actually
compare that
happens.
scene to
Like,
this, for instance.
yeah,
you
like
know?
in this scene, nothing is actually happening because they're like filming it, and it's not like happening in universe for real. But it's still far more uncomfortable than the scene in Andor. Because the scene in Andor, honestly, I think had Bix not said the word at the end of the scene, like you could have just written it off as like, okay, she's attacked by an Imperial officer and she overpowers him. Ultimately, I guess spoilers, like, but there's no nudity. There's nothing, like, nothing actually happens. It's just like, so I don't know. Because when I saw people talking about it on Twitter, I got to the scene. I was expecting like a full blown Sansa and
Game of
Ramsay
Thrones.
deal.
Yeah.
And I was like,
exactly,
oh,
me too.
I was like, this is the thing that everyone's mad about. Like, I don't know.
Yep.
But it's made for kids. That would never be in the show. Right?
Yeah, I mean, you can make that argument.
Partially
too,
show
like,
a genocide of kids as well. Like, oh, geez.
Well, I mean, like that, and that's I think the reason that the argument around Andor, the Andor scene is difficult because I think it's just people's perception of what Star Wars is and should be that they're arguing over more than the actual scene itself, which I think then again makes it kind of complicated, right?
It's because it's a retarded argument to say that.
I mean, yeah, like again,
It's
I'm
for
trying
kids.
to be,
Like, is it though?
semi-respectful of the people's. Well, I mean, I don't think Andor is particularly for kids. I guess it's rated A14 or something like that, which, like, you know, I guess you could say, like, is that appropriate for 14-year-olds? I mean, I'd say what is shown in that episode outside of the is this Star Wars or not argument, like just that content. Yeah, I mean, I don't think anything out there is just out of this world for a 14-year-old to see because it's really just a woman gets attacked and she beats him, right? Like that's kind of the whole scene. But yeah, I don't know. I'm nervous about even talking about it because some people are getting very, very passionate about like
I haven't seen it
accusing
yet.
people of apologizing for things if they don't absolutely hate it and think it's.
It's good that we, you know, today's world has this kind of outrage at certain assaults, you know, that's a good thing overall.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's also not like shown as a good thing in the show either.
Yeah,
so, like, well, I don't
know. No, I'm saying like it's good that people have this instinct of being outraged at assaults in general, but it's being misassessed, I think it's like kind of like an identification problem of, you know, comparing it to the scene. It's stupid. I think the way people identify, I think that's the core issue.
I think without like actually analyzing Andor season 2, it would be difficult for us to talk about this in any kind of like real detail. But I guess all I'm gonna say is I wasn't nearly as bothered by it as a lot of people. I don't think it was super necessary to put in there at all. But I also like. I don't think it ruined anything really, and I find it very uncomfortable to talk about because I know that people have very, very strong opinions about that scene, and I don't want to get called names of things that I'm not because I didn't think it was the worst scene that ever happened ever.
I would totally talk about it, but I haven't seen a single frame of season 2, so
yeah. So that's the other thing. I'm trying to like. I guess I kind of ruined the ending of it, but like, yeah. Everyone is fully clothed in that scene at all times, though. I guess I could say that much, which is not the case for this not even real scene in this movie.
Yeah, and it's tough as well.
This movie is this scene in this movie is far more uncomfortable to watch than that scene in Andor was. I could say that without a shadow of doubt. It's even though it's just technically it's a scene of an actress filming a scene in a movie. It's like, yeah, it's a pretty brutal scene though.
As it is. Anyway, she goes home. And it's like, hey, fishies, I'm home. I brought some food for you. as we learned earlier, I don't know if you pointed out, but she forgot to feed them once before. And I guess she was so busy that she hasn't done that in longer. And all the fishies are dead, which is upsetting for sure.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that kind of pushes her over the edge. She just breaks down, just thrashes her room a little bit, and just says, "Of course I did want to do it. I never wanted to, but I didn't want to bother anyone who brought me this far." Yeah, it was
Yeah,
like,
she's always
yep.
just crying her eyes out, like tearing her room apart, tearing Mima's room apart, the real Mima's room.
Yeah, not the one on the
And
interwebs.
yeah, it's pretty rough. Like this scene, it's challenging in a different way because you feel so bad for her.
Oh yeah,
Because
Like,
Like,
I mean,
in the initial
it
scene,
might be an anime and like not a real person there, but I just think that the way everything's framed, like her falling on the bed and sort of like curling up into a, like all of it is done in a way that really kind of connects you to the character and makes you empathize with her. I think I think that this scene is actually quite good.
yeah. She even looks like in the reflection of the screen, and she sees like her pop idol self talking to her. It's like, is this the work you wanted? Like, she's basically mocking herself with the thoughts she's having.
of her former self, yeah, and like in the initial scene, she was like so innocent, so kind of naive, like, oh, what's this computer thing, kind of thing, you know? And now it's been dragged to this. Yeah, it's sad. It's very sad. And
It's a real kind of
it just
looking at what the entertainment industry can do to you within the span of a week too.
Yep.
But yeah, that's what's happening. Then we basically get confirmation that the creep man, he made that website. He's sitting in his room that is full of pictures of her as an idol, and well, all the other pictures he's taken, I guess.
How many monitors does he have? I can't remember.
It's only 2 in a laptop.
That's very advanced for those times.
That's
2
rookie
monitors.
numbers. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I have 2 screens, 1 TV on my PC, and then I have my work laptop next to me for work with a screen. I have more screens and cupboards and stuff. But yeah, that's the rookie numbers. There's a TV. There's a retro TV on my left where I can play my retro games on. Yeah.
Metal, are you sure you're not following a pop idol by any chance as well? Gee.
I actually I run the Mahler's Room website. I don't want to be long anymore.
You will. You will. Metal, do you bleed? You will. You will. That was a reference.
Yes. But yeah, while he's writing it, he just kind of says it out loud as well, and he's a little bit of a stalker, I would say, just a teeny bit.
Does he speak?
He kind of mumbles it to himself, and he definitely speaks during the scene later. I'm pretty sure.
Because he definitely has some sort of like disfigurement. I don't know if there's any other.
Oh, his face is fucked up. He has like a bum eye and everything.
So I'm just thinking if he's kind of like a mute or something.
Teeth.
No, I'm pretty sure he talks in one of the scenes.
Maybe he's British.
Ew.
Yeah. I mean, have you seen those teeth? My God.
I mean, I can sympathize. I have bad teeth as well. But hey.
Let's see. Oh yeah, then we have like a little bit of a short montage where she's doing interviews where they talk about the scenes, and it's like, oh yeah, I want to be seen as an actress and not as the ex-pop idol, even though I really enjoyed those times. I learned a lot. And this is just kind of mixed up with our 3 exposition lads for the common person. I was like, nah, that's fine. I always liked the other one of the band even better. And, well, I'm sure all the fans of Mima are now going fucking crazy over the things she's done here in this show. And we see the creep guy being upset and tore apart, I guess, like a newspaper or something, where it says that what she's been doing. So yeah, he's big mad. He's big mad. Further on, we see Mima keeps checking the website. She's doom scrolling. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't read
Early
everything.
doom scrolling.
It's bad, especially if they impersonate you and say everything you've actually done. Yeah, but she keeps checking the website and she starts going a bit nuts herself. It's like, I'm not writing this, or like this is insane. Like, I didn't even think about this the way they say it in here. And then again on screen, she sees herself getting talked to, her pop idol self. It's basically just her own doubts, where she's thinking that she's now tarnished and filthy after she's done this scene, and it's the doubts just going back and forth. Like, is this the right choice? Thinking back to the idol singing scene and how much nicer that was for her.
By the way, that line, I guess that implies that she's never been in a relationship before. I'm guessing. I'm taking a shot in the dark here.
What? That's so mean. But yeah, you're right, probably.
Yeah, so that makes it even ever the more kind of grueling. Yeah, because it's a psychological core, there's kind of like a thing of don't compare yourself to other people. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday. And here we get that in kind of like droves, but it's used in a more...
Mima needs to clean her room, eh? Sorry, that was too easy. But yeah, I think though that Mima's psychological instability is also very important for like what this movie's doing and how it does it, because she's not even 100% sure that she's okay. Like,
yeah, because this is where we start with like the dreamy, hallucinatory imagery, because her pop idol self is basically coming out of the screen and is standing in her room, and then starts floating out of the window and just jump over all the lamps into the distance. He's like, no, I'm an actress. I want this. So
she's having a major crisis of identity that's causing her to not sleep very well, which is maybe making her a little loopy. And and she's really getting confused by some of the posts on the Mima's Room website too.
Yeah, because at some point it almost goes to a point where she's not even sure. Maybe it's like, maybe did I write this? Maybe did she maybe write this herself? Is it just going crazy a little bit? Who knows? But yeah, she's not doing well. Right after this, we get our first murder. We don't see it explicitly, but we see the writer arrive at the offices or wherever, or at home, wherever it is. There's like a picture of double bind on his parking space with red stuff. You could think it's blood or something, but it's
presumably blood, but it might be fake blood.
Yeah,
it doesn't really matter in a couple minutes though.
But he's just kind of looking, and he has like this feeling like someone is in there, and he asks if someone's there. No one is answering, and he calls the elevator, and you hear music from the
Jam music
in
one of the big hits.
Yeah, it's the first song. Yeah,
at full blast on the boombox or stereo player or whatever you'd like to call it. And he's like, boombox, that's weird. And then we cut.
Remember what those were a thing, guys? Wow.
Yes, I do.
People used to carry them on their shoulders as well. And, play it everywhere.
Do we have the one that's shown here? That's more like a classroom boombox. Okay. Like CD player on top, tape deck, and everything.
This edit too is really creepy and good.
Yeah, because like he already thinks he's being followed. He's kind of like uneasy, and it's like, oh well, I'm just gonna go take the elevator and go home or whatever. And yeah, the thing arrives. You hear the music getting louder. It opens up and it's at full blast. It's like that's a bit odd. And the next thing we see is the murdered him toppling over in the elevator. No more
And,
eyes.
well, I think that even better than that is that you see the boombox there, you see him looking at it and kind of scared, and then you see what appears to be just the elevator reaching its floor, assuming that like, okay, so I guess he just got in there anyways, and the reveal that someone at least was there and killed him is when the elevator door opens, and
Yeah.
we see that like both of his eyes have been stabbed out, and yeah, so you don't see the murder, and you're almost given the impression that it's like, okay, maybe it was just someone trying to creep him out or threaten him, and
Yeah.
then it's like, oh no, he got very, very murdered.
Yep. No more
The
eyes.
missing eyes,
Blood
that's
everywhere.
repeated everywhere, right?
It's
Yeah.
kind of
Okay.
the killer's thing.
Yeah. He's not doing well anymore.
I'll be right back.
He's dead as Fleam. Not a great time for him.
Hmm.
Now we get some more public perception where they read about the murder happening, and they're doing a little meme where the one guy says to a friend, "I called you last night, you didn't pick up." He's like, "Oh no, how did you know?" And just kind of doing a meme. And they also talk about Mima's room, the website. And they wonder, it's like, I don't know if that's really her, but according to that page, Mima is gonna be on stage tonight with Cham. It's like, oh, interesting.
Probably worth to mention as well. I think when she initially finds the website, it's implied that she's being watched from afar. Because there's like some shots.
She at least
Yeah.
thinks she gets worried after the fax comes
Yeah.
in as well.
She definitely looks out the window or like
Yeah.
curtain it out at some point. So it's like, how long does this guy like watch her and see what she does? How does he get this information? It's very concerning and adds to the tension. Yeah.
Absolutely. Then see her hearing about that murder. And she immediately is like, "Oh, do you think it has anything to do with like that bomb earlier?" It's like, "No, not. We don't know, but you probably shouldn't worry about it. You should just lighten up a little bit. It's nothing you can do about it. So just have a little smile and just don't worry about it." And again, she sees like her pop idol self in the reflection, and they just kind of mouths to herself, "This is what you asked for, right?" I was like, "Oh God."
Oh.
So yeah, she's yeah.
I guess this is like you kind of think sometimes like, what would your younger self think of you if they saw you right now? And you just kind of get the sense of disappointment. I kind of like it's not exactly that, but I kind of get that vibe from these scenes.
Right. Yeah, and then we learn that she's about to do like a photo shoot with a photographer that is known for making his models do a little spicier shoots with a little booberage out or something. And
Fantastic.
the champ.
Yeah, which and honestly, those photographs escalate a lot higher than I think I was expecting to. Even though I've seen this movie before, I was like, oh yeah, they full blown becomes like a Playboy shoot.
Pretty
by the
much,
end
yeah.
of it.
And then we go back and forth between that photo shoot and the two Cham members, where they kind of jokingly say, it's like, "Oh, she should be fine. She did that scene, so I'm sure she's gonna be all about it. She'll be fine."
Yep. Well, I mean, it's not so much that they're like, it's gonna work. He's gonna be able to talk her into it. Is kind of what they're saying. They're like, oh yeah, she's gonna get naked for him for sure.
Oh, great.
But yeah, the two ladies doing their Cham performance, and all of a sudden, someone
We should
does
probably be careful
appear.
about what we show on this scene too, like with the photo shoot when it's intercutting.
Nah, it'll be fine.
Okay.
No, it'll be fine.
We see apparently someone does appear on that stage, and they first showed like kind of as it's like an imagination, but someone is on that stage because people look curiously, but then they kind of love it. But the whole time, the two jam lasses, they look weirded out and worried, and they don't really know what to make of it, apparently. They kind of look at them and it's like, oh, wait, so who the fuck is on stage right now? Because we know she's definitely not here. And I want to talk about it right now. Is it supposed to be Ruby in her costume and the people just can't tell from far away? That's the one thing I wasn't actually like completely sure about what I was supposed to think here.
Well, I don't think she's there at all. Is she? I think that this performance is like Mimania's, like the security guard guy imagining that she's there.
Well, the thing is that that's what I thought as well. But then I saw the two ladies look worried the whole time, and the audience being like, "Huh?" And then like, "Oh."
Oh, actually, kind of think of it. Maybe you're right.
That's what I was wondering about. And knowing the movie's trickery in presenting things to the audience, is like, I'm actually not sure about this one though, because it's kind of weird that nobody talked about this after.
Maybe say they'd be like, Rumi, what the fuck are you doing right now?
Yeah, because even the audience like goes, like she just jumps into the audience, and the audience is like, oh, just kind of look at it. And I'm actually not sure with this one. I'm not sure because it's not mentioned after. So maybe they were excited. It's the old pop idol Ruby doing an extra thing in like an outfit or something. I don't know. My mind goes in like multiple directions with that one, but I'm not 100% sure what to make of this one. Whoops.
Again, even though I've seen this movie a few times, I guess I kind of always just kind of interpreted it as the security guard imagining that she was there. But yeah, I mean, you do have a point.
Yeah. So yeah. Buppity bippity boopity. Where's my notes? There. Blah blah blah. Actually, her being aware wait, where did I stop? No, wait, that's the boombox. I forgot to scroll in my notes. Spicy photo shoot. We talked about this. Oh yeah, we see that the creepy guy, he sees the photo shoot and he's even more big mad.
Yeah, he is not happy about it.
To the degree where he apparently bought a lot of these issues so no one else can see them. And then it seems like he's getting emails from her, from Mima. And it's like, oh, that's that photo shoot. That wasn't me. That's an imposter. I would never do such a thing. Like I will never change. What do you think? And he just writes back, apparently, I'll get rid of her. So yeah, our creep man thinks he's talking to the real Mima, who was on stage apparently, and he's now convinced that the other one is an imposter. And he's gonna do something to her, about her, I should say.
By the way, maybe we discussed it when I wasn't here. Do we discuss, like, after the assault scene, one of the agents like picking her up, like him knowing that it was a hard scene to do and offering like ice cream or something like that, or a meal or something like that?
Oh yeah, he was like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'll buy dinner on me now. And he's like, yay.
Yeah. And one of the, can't remember what her name is anymore. The other agent,
Rumi, yeah.
Rumi.
Yeah. She goes away, like tears in her eyes when she sees that scene as well. That's a detail worth to.
Yeah, we do.
remember
Pretty sure
as
we
well.
talked about this. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah. Then we get another scene of her shooting a thing. Again, she sees the security man and just standing there, and she gets scared, and they have to cut the cut the shot because she did a thing she wasn't supposed to. But after that, he is gone, and then they have to stop the shoot for the day because it starts raining very heavily. And she takes the time. It's like, you know what? They're my lady friends. They're recording something upstairs. So what about I go and talk to them? But again, she sees her idol self on the third seat, and she just kind of runs after it. Yeah, after the I don't know, the the floating image of her pop idol self, just chasing it through the office, down the street. She just falls down the stairs, and apparently, though, at some point we switch to a dream she's having, because then she gets accidentally run over by a security guy, but she wakes up and is in her bed. And this is where we start fucking around with what is actually happening, what is real, what is a photo shoot, a movie shoot, what is in her head. It's getting quite chaotic now.
Pay attention to that truck chat. It'll come up. It comes up a lot. A truck in anime for some reason. I don't know why. How many road accidents are there in Japan, Mark? How many people get run over by a truck? That's like a recurring theme, especially in isekai.
I mean,
where a character
There's-
dies and reincarnate in a
I guess
festival.
there's a lot of people and a lot of cars. So.
Watch out for them trucks. Don't get hit.
But yeah, apparently it seems she's still not sure about everything, and she talks to Rumi that is coming visiting about her personality that's deep in her heart, and maybe this wasn't for her anyway, and maybe this is all just crazy. Maybe I shouldn't do this. And then we do like a transition where we have like a close up of her face, and we hear like, there's no way illusions can be real. And that's like the scene they were filming the other day, but they like in today now. And we cut, we go over to that one. And it says take 2. And then we see her again wake up in bed. Room looks pretty much the same. The news sound almost the same. Rumi is here with another piece of cake that looks exactly the same. And she wonders, like, yesterday? Was that even real? We did see each other yesterday? I don't even know. And she's like, at this point, she's like going a bit nuts. Like, she presses her cup so hard together that she just kind of breaks it and hurts her hands.
Yeah.
And she's like, this blood is real, isn't it? And it's like, oh, you're not doing so well, are you, huh?
Yeah, you're not okay.
And see, that's again, like when I finished the film, this is where I thought back about this scene specifically. Like, if you see someone grabbing a book, like smashing it in their fingers and bleeding, and saying stuff like this, you'd call a specialist, surely.
Well,
You know?
but I mean, who sees her do that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like-
So it makes sense when you watch the whole film. Yeah.
Yeah. And also, at the same time, whatever happens in the movie kind of lines up with what is happening in real life, because the character she plays is like imagining a murderer in her head, even though it's herself in that show. And so now you're just kind of starting to wonder, okay, wait, which part is the movie? Which part is reality? Is she just killing people themselves? And they show this scene specifically. It zooms out, and I think it's the photographer with the pizza, right? You get the big body pizza, which is a really nice looking pizza box. Makes me want to have some pizza myself. So yeah, he just goes to place like, oh, you're a weird pizza guy. And that pizza guy is actually a lady, and she stabs him in the eye, and then stabs the fuck out of him and murders him.
and this is probably the best like horror scene in the movie too. It's pretty brutal.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. And the movie is being a bit cheeky here, because I'm pretty sure it's deliberately tricking Also, there was a peek of booba here. I think there's gonna be some too spicy images. I'm gonna get rid of this here real quick. So in chat, I saw tits.
No, you didn't. YouTube. No, you didn't.
No, tits are normally not that big of a problem in movies, but there's
Really?
1 or 2 frames where there's more than tits. So
You can
I mean,
breastfeed,
yeah.
apparently. That's what I heard. If it's
Uh,
breastfeeding or something, it's
Oh,
fine.
that's
on
strange.
YouTube.
Dylan's having the
Yeah.
same issue in reverse. Dylan Gilmore, I can't see his chats in like the chat feed, but they pop up on like the stream, and apparently he can't see me either.
wait, whether they not show up?
Like I see them in the YouTube stream, like in
Yeah.
the on your OBS, but I don't see them in my like chat window.
Okay. I mean,
Even I'm on live chat. I'm not on top chat either.
but the thing is, if they show up in the OBS one, it should definitely show up in live chat because the OBS one is
Yeah.
the not live
Yeah,
one because
that-
I can't
Yeah, again,
change it.
that's why it's strange. It's like we've blocked each other or something, but like I don't ever remember doing that. Like
Didn't know you had beef with chat. That's crazy.
I don't know. And also I have a wrench. Like, doesn't a wrench mean that like even if someone has blocked you or something, you still can see what they do?
Oh, if they
And-
write something that's too spicy, you get like a thing where you can say, yeah, just put it through. Unless it's something that YouTube for
No, but like
in
wouldn't you be
general.
able to see all of it anyways? I don't know. Like this is a YouTube being weird thing.
Yeah, I
but,
don't know. I mean, I can see both of his messages everywhere, so I don't know.
Is there a place you can see where people you've blocked are? I guess that's
I
something
legit
can
have no
check.
clue. I don't think I ever blocked anyone on.
Yeah, I mean neither do
YouTube.
I. So that's why I don't know how
Yeah.
to manage it. But anyway, it's not important. I thought it was only on my end, but apparently he can't see me either. So that's strange.
Weird. Yeah. Any case, they do a bit of trickery here, because we see the face and it looks like it's Mima, and you're like, oh, that's odd. But there's also a frame that's a bit more of a wide shot, where the person looks a bit more chunky, and not like Mima at all. I was like, what are we doing here? Interesting. But yeah, whoever it is stabbing the shit out of that photographer. Very much stabbing the flim flams out of him. Yes.
Maybe psychologically, is it implying that she feels guilty for the killings in some sense? Like she's responsible, even though she might somehow know who's doing them.
Well,
Could that be
I
an
think that
episode thing?
it's because she's in such a disturbed psychological state herself. She's kind of wondering whether or not something's happening to her like is happening to the killer in the show that she's in, where she's like, am I actually the one who's been writing the Mima's Room website this entire time? Did I do this? I think here specifically there's a scene where on Mima's Room's website, she says that she goes to Harajuku and goes shopping and then sees a photo of herself with some shopping bags.
Mhm.
And then those shopping bags are what appear in her closet with the pizza boy outfit.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, there might be some things going on.
Yeah, this
that
is
are-
where this is the first time you probably think like, oh shit, is she like actually going crazy and has like a split personality or something going on where she just goes around with all these people that kind of made her do things she didn't really want to do. But I mean, we know one other person was here the last 2 days.
Yes.
Because we don't really know specifically when this murder happened. So I assume it happened on the first day Rumi was here, and then she put something in her closet here.
Yeah. Could I just say, by the way, like the police is appalling in this film.
The what?
The police is appalling in this film. They never caught anyone.
Oh, right. But yeah, the agency
Yeah,
calls her.
they're
Like,
not
are
much
you...
of the police are not much of a factor for most of this movie.
No.
so.
Yep.
But yeah, there's paparazzi already at her doors. Like, do you know anything about the things and stuff? Oh my god! And Rumi's trying to tell her, it's like, oh, don't worry about them. They keep they keep filming the show, and there's some frames here that will turn up later in almost the exact same position and framing in order to make you wonder about things even more. Because the scene they do now is where she killed someone for the first time in the show. And interestingly enough, it's the same tool that whoever did the other murders is used. I think it's like a screwdriver, right?
Ice pick.
An ice pick? Oh, okay.
I think it's yeah, pretty sure it's an ice pick.
Because I had a screwdriver with like a wooden handle like this.
I think it being an ice pick is supposed to be a specific reference to Basic Instinct, which is also kind of a like sexy thriller movie from the 90s.
Right. But she sees the photographer like kind of coming up, and she just faints.
Yeah.
And then she wakes back up in her bed. It's like,
it's by the way, that
does she?
photographer.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
That photographer is like in the same position as in the assault scene, kind of like leaning back, head back, kind of at the edge of something.
Yeah.
Am I the only one who noticed that? Yeah.
It's well, that comes up later as well.
Yeah, it's like a recurring position.
But yeah, then you think she wakes up back in her bed, but actually she wakes up somewhere in the movie in a bed, and she talks to the other actress in show where they say it's like, well, dissociative identity disorder. In other words, multiple personality syndrome, as you know.
Yeah, this was like, I was like really started to wonder, hang on, could there be like a completely different interpretation of this?
Yeah, at this point I was also thinking, it's like, wait, are we doing like 2 shows? Are they just putting two of her movies together and just trick me completely? Like there was never a pop idol self of her. That's just the other story they're telling with another show. So
it's so brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, they definitely kept me guessing a little bit.
Really liked how when the scene opens, she's hearing her own name in the scene as opposed to the character's name too.
Like, that's a good detail as well. Oh, that's brilliant. They don't make them like this anymore. Like this is like a true psychological.
Yeah, because we then see
film.
This is from the show, and then we hear the line again where it says Rika Takakura, which is what she's called in the show, obviously. So yeah, it's interesting. And this was the last scene they had to shoot. And everyone was like, well, it's a wrap, everybody. Thank you for your hard work. And everybody is very excited. And she's tired, but there's an after party. And also the director says, hey, you were amazing, Mima. We're definitely going to be talking again. It's going to be great, but wrap-up party is coming soon, so come hang out. It's going to be great. Then she walks past the other actress, the lead actress, I guess is what she was, the doctor in the show, and she calls her by her character name. She's like,
character name, yeah.
Just I'm not that anymore. You need to stop. You need to stop dreaming. And she walks away, and she turns the other way, and the creepy guy is here. Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, that's not a good time. Because this is a very lonely place. No one's around. It's evening. Everybody is going to that wrap-up party. Then the agent guy is about to leave. It's like, oh, just bring her home. What about the next script? It's like, oh, it's gonna be great. It has a few sketchy scenes, but what will you do? And that's what he says to Rumi.
Yeah, like flat out kind of says to her, it's like, yeah, we're probably gonna have some more horrible things happen to her in the next show too. So be ready for that.
Yeah. But in the meantime, the creep guy is about to kill and sexually assault her, but this time in real life. Oh, that's not good.
Yep.
Well, I guess so.
Well, yes. I think this scene, for the most part, is happening.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it is, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, he rips open her shirt. More boobage has to be seen. Sorry, YouTube, you don't get to see those. Go watch the movie. It's you can watch it. It's old. It's everywhere. But yeah, he is pretty much convinced that she's an imposter because he says, yeah, this is what I mean. He talks to her specifically. He can talk for sure.
Okay. See,
And he,
that's where I wasn't sure if it was real or not, because he talks for the first time in here, and I was like thinking that he might have been a mute.
Well, also when
Um,
he's typing what he's writing on
Yeah,
Mima's room, he is
he's
kind of
mumbling
saying the
something.
things
Yeah.
that he says out loud,
yeah.
that he's typing out loud.
Okay.
And yeah, he says
My-
the real Mima is emailing me every day, and she says that you're just you're just an imposter, and you killed the other people. You just killed them all. I was like, what? Because she's getting in the wait. No, I'm just getting my things mixed up. He says that she's getting in Mima's way, the real Mima's way, and she realized, wait, did you kill all the other people? And it's like, oh, shut up. The real Mima emails me every day, and yeah. But
Yeah, well, and that's kind of your indication that he's not the only villain. Oh, and I mean, but I guess
And
it also
he's
could be implying that it's
insane
her
too.
who is emailing them.
Because he thinks there's what 2 Mimas and there was a real one. Like really?
Well, I
So
mean,
he's-
people
he's
think
got
that
screw loose
about
as well.
people think
Yeah.
that about Avril Lavigne and Paul McCartney to this day. So I mean, it's like that the idea of a pop star not being who they actually are is not entirely foreign to real life.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, he tries to stab her, but she fights him off, kind of knocks him away, starts to run away, but there's not a good exit strategy here anywhere. And he starts to bind up her legs and is getting ready to get out the member, recreating the scene that he didn't like, I guess. And he looks very gross because he's like drooling and snorting and stuff.
Yeah, this guy's not saying sorry for her.
No, he won't. But I guess luckily, there is a tool belt nearby from, I guess, one of the stage hands, and she grabs the hammer and knocks him at the side of the head, gives him a big old no horny bonk. And
By the way, this guy can get around. Like first security for a pop idol, now on the film set with tools and stuff. Wow.
Well,
he
I mean, I
really
think
does get around.
he's doing what like he might not actually be a security guard. Who like I think
at the
Oh.
beginning they say he's like
he's
an
just following
intern
her
or something.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I do like how this movie does treat head injuries properly. That, like when you get smacked with a hammer at the side of the head.
There is no blood though, so that's again something made me think maybe it wasn't real.
Well, but I mean, whether or not it breaks skin, you might end up like still killing the person, like too. And yeah, he does. He doesn't get very far after that hit.
No, he
Yeah,
just kind of
but-
stops and then he just falls over, and then he lies there like the guy she's murdered in the show. That's
Yeah,
the one I meant.
but I don't know. I still find it weird. It was a weird detail because she hits him with this thing, and then it pauses for like maybe like 5 or 4 seconds. They kind of lock eyes, and then he kind of like dies. It just that whole sequence of events makes me think like, is she still dreaming?
Right.
Did this really happen? Because if it was like a really violent scene, it happened in like the blink of an eye, and it's as if she's like
Yeah, when
replaying
they
it in her head and pausing it at some point. I don't know.
yeah, when Rumi grabs her and she puts on some clothes again, and they go check to get them to the police or whatever, he's gone as well. So I don't think we actually see him again in this movie. So I don't know if he just walked away or if Rumi got rid of his body or something. I'm not sure.
Well,
could be in the body.
we do see his body, and
do
whether Rumi definitely does something to his body.
Oh
at the
wait, was
very
this his
least.
body that you saw fall over? Wait, hang on. Let me see it. Oh yeah. Oh okay, yeah. You're right. I thought this was another guy that was lying there. No, you're completely right. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So this
Rumi stabs out, I think, one of his eyes because he's got like
he's missing one eye. So yeah, he gets stabbed. The Rumi takes care of his body. Okay, no, gotcha. I thought this was the other guy who was lying there with the photographer. But that wouldn't make sense because they found the other guy. Why would they? Yeah. Now that I saw the frame again, it all makes sense in my brain. Right. In any case, Rumi drives her home Or does she? So she kind of falls asleep in the car and zones out. She wakes up in her apartment or something that looks eerily similar to her apartment, because there's two things she notices pretty quickly. First, she's like, "Oh, Rumi, are you here?" It's like, "Yeah, what is it?" It's like, "Oh, nothing, it's fine." And she looks around, it's like, "Wait, why am I fish alive?"
And there's more of them too.
And also, why is
someone
this
got
Cham
tested.
poster there that I got rid of the wall like weeks ago, possibly now? And then she looks out the window and sees like a train go by. I was like, wait, this is not my house at all.
I don't live near train tracks.
That's not me at all. And then we see her idol self pop out of the other room. But it's not her, it's actually Ruby. And now it becomes clear she was the one who killed all these other people, because she went fucking crazy and nuts after she experienced what she's been going through. So we have a group of very stable people here that we've been following this whole movie. But yeah, I brought you to your room, and she wonders if this is a joke. It's like, oh, not really, because she just starts singing her song, and then tries to stab her with the fucking ice pick. And
Oh, that's nice.
yeah, she kind of imagines herself there this whole time, because she's still like, we see her as like mommy, not Rumi, except in like a couple of instances.
Yeah, I really like how they do it too.
Yeah.
Because I like, especially the way the pop star Mima is chasing real Mima.
Yeah,
It is so
Yeah.
bizarre and otherworldly. You're kind of thinking like, okay, like what's actually happening here? Like, is this like, can she fly? Like, is she really moving this gracefully? But then
Yeah.
there's a couple shots where pop star, not real Mima runs by a window that's reflecting, and you just see Rumi
The
looking
chungy
like,
one.
Yeah, he goes
yeah, but like it's not at all like
Pretty or anything. Yeah.
it's very dirty. Like it just seems like, oh, she's trying really hard,
Yeah.
and she looks psychotic, and there's nothing nice and elegant about it. It's a crazy killer who's chasing this
Yeah.
woman down.
Also, before this, when she tries to stab her for the first time, she kind of chokes her, and you see her kind of transform back into Ruby. Like, even like the tone skin changes to a bit darker. Yeah, it's a really cool sequence. I enjoyed a bunch, because she gets stabbed in the shoulder, and she just kind of tries to go to the next balcony, but she's about to get stabbed, so she kind of jumps down a thing that looks higher than it actually is. I don't know if that's like a bit of a trickery of like perspective here. It looks like it's way deeper, but it's actually not that crazy. Overall, it's still gonna hurt. But
It's
she's
enough of a
fueled
drop
by
that
adrenaline.
Rumi was able to parkour over there too. Even though
Yeah.
we don't,
I kinda wanna see
we
the
don't see it represented as
I want to
that.
see the
Yeah,
cut
no, I'd
that
love to
actually
see just a
happens.
full cut. Yeah, the full Rumi cut, where it's just like, let's see this like
Yeah, because
overweight woman just parkouring around trying to chase
mommy
this,
just
like,
sees her like float down, but she's probably going like,
probably just like crash
Yeah.
down. Like,
and they have like a bit of a chase. I think she loses the ice pick at some point, and she grabs an umbrella, and she somehow manages to stab her with the umbrella. I'm not really sure
Yeah, I mean-
that's possible.
well, I don't know. It's like if the end of the umbrella is metal and it's like it doesn't necessarily even need to be super blunted. It's a thin metal object. If you thrust it, like it could definitely hurt someone pretty bad.
Yeah, it kind of looks like she's getting stabbed, and I think the frames we see, it looks kind of thick. I know, I found this weird. I didn't expect her to be stabbed by it properly.
Is the umbrella the ice pick?
No, she loses
No,
the
I
ice
think
pick.
it is an actual
Okay.
umbrella.
In any case, they kind of wrestle at some point close to a street. Ruby breaks a window, and and they kind of wrestle. She gets rid of the wig, and that goes into the I don't know, shop or whatever with the big window. And okay, this one is a bit weird. I think I got confused a bit by first because I think they slow it down. Because when I first watched it before, like skipping back to check it again, it looks like she just kind of very slowly goes into the glass shard and stabs herself. But I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be like slowed down because it looks just weird.
I think that I think it was sort of even just showing that like losing the wig while she was in her Mima persona.
Oh no,
Just
I get
kinda
that.
makes it so that she's just lost all self-preservation instincts.
I need
like
my
she-
wig. I need to be this
Yeah,
character again,
Yeah.
kind of thing. Yeah.
But then she stumbles upon the road and was like, oh, she's probably gonna get run over, doesn't she?
Like, oh, what's his name from Alamo's Watchmen? Crap. What's his name?
What?
The guy that everyone likes with the top hat and trench coat. Alamo Watchmen.
Penguin?
No, not Penguin. Rorschach. Yeah, he's kind of whenever he has his mask off, like he's desperately
Rorschach.
wants it.
Okay.
He desperately wants it back.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought we were talking about the umbrella for a second.
I was
No,
thinking.
sorry.
I thought you were talking about the truck scene now because I just
Also,
No,
top
sorry,
hat.
my bad.
It's a fedora. It's not a top hat.
Yeah, fedora. Yeah, but yeah, it's that kind of same mentality of wanting your mask back, like wanting the wig back. I need to be this kind of character at all times. No one can see me like this.
Oh wow. She stumbles on the road and she's about to get run over. But
kind of think of it. Looking at it now, I think it is slow motion because
yeah,
even as she's running towards it, it seems like she's kind of been slow mo.
yeah. But before she can get run over, she accepts her fate because she thinks those are like the lights of the stage
Applause,
and applause. But
Yeah.
Mommy, she fucking saves her, puts herself in danger, and knocks her out of the way. And the truck drivers go out and they call the ambulance.
There was a funny saying, like there's always light at the end of the tunnel. Like those might not be at the end of the tunnel. That might be an oncoming train.
Yeah.
And in this case, it applies. It's an incoming truck. But yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, but I think that like Mima's character, I think, is given quite a lot by saving.
Oh
Remy.
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
like you're really not thinking she has any reason to do this.
Yeah,
Like,
she could just
but
watch it happen. Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, like it's like, she's a good person and she doesn't want someone to just get decked by a truck.
Yeah.
Like,
We get even more
they-
reasoning as to why she did it. Because we cut to a certain amount of time later. I'm not sure how long, but she visits her in the loony bin. Basically, she's just kind of here. She brings flowers, and the doctor tells her, "It's like, well, the pop idol character comes out once in a while, but it's nice that you come."
Oh no, I
visit."
think he says the Rumi persona comes out once in a while. I think she's mostly Mima.
Oh shit, you're right. Yeah, I got that the wrong way around. Yeah. It's just
Like,
I just see
she's
it here.
spending most of her time in Popstar Fantasyland, and every
Right,
so
right,
often
right.
she remembers that she's an older agent lady.
Yeah, I've just written that down the wrong way on my notes, so never mind. Yeah, of course, the Rumi persona comes out once in a while, but she's mostly in her head the pop star, and Mima says, "Well, I'm pretty sure I will never see the real her again, but she's a big reason why I am where I am right now. So that's probably another reason why she tried to save her there and just tried to give her at least some I don't know, psychiatric help, but I guess that's not happening anymore. She's just in here until things get better or they don't." And we
Yeah,
end
I
the
think that
movie with two nurses wondering, "Is that really her?" It's like, "Oh no,
I
it's
love this.
it's just
yeah, and
some
like even they're
maybe
like,
some
of all people, why would she be here?
yeah
Like it's like,
That's probably not her. That's probably a imposter. What was
yeah
the
yeah,
line
it's probably
specifically?
just someone who looks
a
like her.
lookalike.
Like,
It's probably just a
Okay.
lookalike." And then we do a little bit of fourth wall breaking basically because
yep.
she looks in the mirror and is like, "No, I'm real." But when she looks in the mirror, it looks like she's looking at the audience. And he gives
Yeah.
a little smile, and then
POV shot.
the credits show. It's like, oh, that's neat. That's kind of
That's
fun.
Yeah,
really cool.
and yeah, I think I think this movie ends quite well. I think the whole last sequence is scary and kind of horrific and uncomfortable, but like exciting. And yeah, and we get our hero being a hero, and
Yeah,
forgiving even a person who's done a lot of bad things to her specifically, and
absolutely.
just not wanting her to be out and around in the world and like, yeah, everything's okay, but also, not wanting her to be exploded by being hit by a truck.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, lots of things. Problems with stalkers is a topic in this one. Breaking into another business where people might try to influence you to do things that you don't really want to, but you think you have to do in order to break through. Which in the end at least worked for her. Apparently, she seems to, from what they imply, she seems to be busy with more projects. So this seems to work. Multiple weird mental health issues with the stalker guy being what he is. Ruby having this split personality, basically, which developed at some point during this whole shenanigans. Obviously, all this anxiety and doubt and whatever mommy is going through. And if you take that and put that all together in a movie and put it together in a certain way, it becomes rather not dreamy. What's the word I'm looking for? Like what's the right word I'm looking for when you just put all these I guess abstract? Would abstract be the right word?
Abstract, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say abstract would work.
Because then you start to think like, oh, is this like real? Is this from them? Surreal? That was another one I was looking for.
Yeah. I was worried it's gonna be like too surreal.
Right, right.
But I didn't get that vibe. I still felt engaged, and yeah, because you guys mentioned that. Yeah, we think this scene actually happened. And I'm like,
Right.
interesting. Like, yeah, we're definitely sure that there were two bad guys in this. The disfigured guy and the sorry, in anime, I am terrible with names. I apologize to chat.
I'm bad with names and everything, so don't worry about it.
I mean, the
Chubby
three
Agent,
characters who we have to deal with the most are Rumi, Mima, and Mimania.
Mimania.
Mimania being like probably not a real name. It's,
No.
I think just
I
what
think
he
that's
calls
his
himself as a
online
Mima
name.
super fan. Yeah.
Matt already called Mima mommy twice. Oh, damn it.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know if it was a Freudian slip. I mean, maybe he looks at Mima as like, oh, step on me.
Mummy. So I've seen a lot of Rhea Ripley recently because I watched WrestleMania. So there you go. That might be a reason.
She's built a little sturdier than me.
I mean, that's literally her gimmick. They call her mommy on the wrestling.
Yes.
She knows what she's doing. But yeah, it's a really good watch. I would heartily recommend it. And it's only 80 minutes, so it's a pretty quick watch as well, and it doesn't overstay
waste
its
time.
welcome.
And again, even the mundane shots towards the beginning where you're thinking like, okay, this is just the animators like filling time. It's like, no, even a lot of that stuff has things in it. And I mean, even like I didn't really catch the Rumi maybe being on stage with Cham thing, and like I've seen this movie quite a few times now, but I did get the impression that they seemed uncomfortable, but I thought that it might have just been like Mimania being in the audience. But then when you were saying things that like
minutes. Not 18, 80.
Yeah, 80 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's less than an hour and a half long, and yeah, and it's good. It's not for kids. Like
Yeah,
this is not
definitely.
the kind of animated show that you would
No.
just want to throw on for children. And I've been making a video on Berserk, and I make that clear as I'm constantly recommending the manga. I'm just like, hey, just because when I talk about this story, I'm showing panels from a comic book, this isn't something you want to hand to a 10-year-old at all.
Yeah, definitely. But a lot of directors have said they've been inspired by this. Why is it called Perfect Blue?
That's a good question. I didn't
guess
think about that.
Yeah, I'm not even 100% sure of that.
Why
Okay.
is perfect blue?
The color blue isn't even seen all that much in the movie.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm just going with the first thing that pops up here right now, which is from. Is this from Reddit? I don't know. This is just on top of the Google. In her eyes, Mima is doing quote unquote blue work instead of the quote unquote perfect pop idol work.
Kind of think with that's actually what I was thinking. I was like, well, I mean, I guess like the movie is kind of like a blue as far as that like risque movie.
Rumi, a former pop idol herself, wishes Mima would remain perfect for a perception of it. Non-sexual, chaste, an idol. The title "Perfect Blue" plays with how Mima made her career on both of these values. Okay, I see.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
So
this is the first thing that pops up on Google. So don't quote me on this completely. That's just I just don't have a better explanation myself.
Okay. I mean, like even like Christopher Nolan said he was inspired, but I think it was for Inception.
And this movie does handle at least edits between dreams and the real world and a movie set in ways that I think are quite well done, and jarring edits in that they are intentionally jarring, but done in a way that it's not distracting. That you understand that it's the director doing things to tell you specific things about the story, and not just now we're in this scene over here. Like a Daredevil Born Again fight scene.
Yeah, I think that's the key word here. Distracting. Like I've seen so many films where we spend time on stuff that we shouldn't really be spending time on. We're constantly bored by certain scenes. This one just gets to the point. Even with its surreal scenes, they don't, which I just really find surprising that they don't feel distracting in a sense. Going into this, I was like really wondering like, oh, this is just gonna be like confusing and kind of like messy and kind of like walls are turning inside out and kind of stuff. That's the kind of stuff I was expecting, but it was done in an intelligent way, which I really appreciated. You know?
And I think that's the other thing, keeping the imagery in the pocket of the universe, whereas there's no dream scene in this movie where you would flat out be like, well, that can't be real at all. Like it's all, is she dreaming right now? Is that in her head? Is she imagining that? Is she just seeing something that isn't what is actually there? There's questions like that come up, and never just, okay, like now the bed has turned into a big monster and it's chasing her down the hallway kind of deal, right? And like, and I think that it plays around with psychological states of people that might be struggling with their place in the world, and what that can do to making them be like, okay, well, what, like, who even am I and what am I actually doing if I put myself on a path where I thought things were going to be pretty straightforward, but I'm having to deal with a lot more weight in certain respects than I really anticipated or that I'm actually capable of handling. And kind of looks at what the entertainment industry can do to a person too.
Very well. Yeah, good stuff. Go watch it. Also, I have not do the Forge. We've never done a Forge on Paprika. I've never seen that as well.
Yeah, Paprika is same director.
Okay.
Wow.
I think I've seen like this one clip where like a hand goes into someone. I think that's from that. That's
there's imagery in Paprika that is far more bizarre and otherworldly than anything
I
seen
think
in
that's
this
the
movie.
only thing I know, and I have no context for it. I always thought it looked cool. That's it. But I've seen Akira before a long time ago, and I enjoyed it. I need to rewatch this. We should probably throw those both on the list actually for random forges, I guess.
Akira and Paprika.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can
Is
figure out
There you
Paprika
go.
more surreal-ish, Mark?
It's been years since I've seen it, but off the bat, I can say yes.
Okay. I might not be too interested.
very well.
But I liked this. Yeah, it was pretty good.
Even more mindfuck than Perfect Blue. Oh well, sounds good. So we got one super chat here. It says Satoshi Kon released this movie a few months before or after. Don't remember. The infamous Bjork Stalker. Oh well, there you go. I mentioned that earlier as well.
Ah, well,
Yeah, there you go. And those are $5 from Postman's Lounge. Thank you very much.
thank you.
But yeah, that's that. Before we get out of here, Mr. TruePop, what are you up to? Anything happening? Doing anything crazy over on the YouTubes?
I'm planning to do a stream on Sinners that I recently
okay.
watched in a
Yeah,
film.
we talked about that movie, whether or not we should cover it last week. I think at this point,
Yeah.
though, we'll probably just wait till it's available on video as opposed to rushing out to the theater.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know who I'm going to invite. I don't know when exactly I'm going to do it, but I'm definitely planning to do it at some point because, well,
Did you like it?
No,
Oh, okay.
I didn't think it was that good. I've heard Capital Opinions also sharing my thoughts that it wasn't too good, so I might try to invite him. But
I think I heard Fringy mention that he did not like it on EFAP, on the Daredevil EFAP, but
Okay.
almost every single other person I've seen talk about it says it's great. So yeah, I kind of don't know
Interesting.
what to think. But I mean, I guess now then, add you and Cap to the list of people who say it's not good. But I've not seen it. I've not even watched a trailer for it. I just hear
Same.
it's a vampire movie and that some people think it's quite good, others so much not.
I'm currently in my The Last of Us and Blueprints bubble. I'm torturing myself with The Last of Us and just have fun with Blueprints because that game is awesome.
I'm in Berserk editing minds mode primarily, so I ideally don't want to have to go out to a movie theater. Because I need time where
I
doing
wish
this stuff.
I had time to play Expedition 33 because I was very interested in that game, and I was hoping I have free time to check it out when it releases, but I guess I have to move that. And people are talking very highly about it, so that's cool.
Yeah. Well, I liked what I played a bit of it on Game Pass, the prologue and up to the first boss in Act 1, so I'm not like ultra far into it or anything, but I think the combat system's quite good. It has a little bit of Unreal Engine 5 stuttering. Every time you talk to a character at least in the prologue, it seems like a big hitch, and then the conversation runs perfectly. And
one of those.
kind of just like, can they not just fix those little things? Granted, this is a small team. I think it was made by like 30 people.
30, yeah. I think it's like old Activision?
Ubisoft
Ubisoft
people. Yeah, it's
people?
Ubisoft people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's people it's some Frenchmen who left Ubisoft because they were like, no, turn-based games don't make money. And they went and made a game that isn't Assassin's Creed, and it's sold 1 million copies so far. I think that was announced today. And with a game that is $50, not $80. That's one thing you can do when you're not paying 2,000 people to make a game.
Right.
That's like roughly, it's like for 33 people, you're like looking at a little under 2 million per person. I'm sure it's not like evenly divided or anything like
and
that.
It'll go down in price like much sooner.
Well, I mean, even right now, like actually, I was like, just because of this being a game that is launching at a reasonable price, has a decent team size, and seems to at least do one thing I like, which is have a JRPG turn-based combat system that for a movie that a game that is at least visually, it seems more akin to the newer Final Fantasy games than like any other JRPG that, granted, I still play a lot of, so I'm not one of those, turn-based games went away forever and then Expedition 33 brought them back. But I do think it's interesting to see this kind of art style with a combat system that really seems like it would be at home in a Final Fantasy game. And it's 10% off on Steam until May 1st, which is what? Thursday, I think.
I might just download it right after the stream on the Game Pass.
I mean, yeah, it's on Game Pass. But I think that I might actually, like, once payday happens on the 30th, I might actually just buy it because I want to kind of support more games doing this. Be like, hey, pay a small group of people to make a game that like they're really passionate about and focusing on and want to take a couple risks with and not just make it. Oh, well, it's got visuals like this, so it has to be a third person over the shoulder cinematic action game with stealth elements. It's like, well, or you could make a FRPG, I guess, French RPG. Oh, I saw one good thing. Someone's saying it's a JRPG, but it's French, so it's a JRPG with like J apostrophe RPG. I was like, okay, that's pretty good.
That's fun. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, and speaking of terrible things with actors that I like, Daredevil Born Again's actor Charlie Cox voices the main character in English. So.
Yeah, I heard that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Stuff.
Also,
they even got celebrity voice actors in
Whoa.
a game that, like, not 2,000 people making it.
one more thing I wanted to chill out, by the way.
Oh, absolutely. It's still your turn.
Oh yeah, sorry. We
I was
went on
watching
an
like
expedition about 33, huh?
Yeah. I was watching like some of my old videos, and I was surprised to see that they're not completely trash. So I'd recommend my Crow review, the remake one.
Yeah.
It's like an 8-minute video. I thought it was actually underrated.
Wait,
I thought I did a worse job at it. Yeah.
The Crow remake? You
Yeah.
Reboot? Oh wow, I think you're the
Reboot.
first. You're the first person I've ever seen say anything positive about that.
Oh no. I in the video I trash it. But my video of it is like kind of like better than I thought it was put together.
Oh, okay. I thought you said the movie was. I was like,
no. Definitely not.
I mean, honestly, that kind of like thinking that you thought it was good made me want to watch the video because I'm like, what? Okay, interesting. I kind of need to see this take.
Yeah. I'm just hoping to get it to 1,000 views because I think that'd be nice. I remember like putting a lot of hours into it, so just wanted to get that
Hey,
out.
all 74 of you, head over there.
Go check it out.
Almost a full 10%.
Yeah. Link to the channel is down below as always, of course.
And thank you for having me on. It's been fun.
It's always a fun time indeed. Thank you very much. Marc, what you're still in the mines for your other?
Editing mines. Although I'm making pretty good progress. I'll probably finish this segment on Berserk and the Band of the Hawk, which is the most easily accessible game based on Berserk. It's the Musou one, the kind of Dynasty Warrior style one. It's on Steam, PS4, PS Vita, and PS3. Although, I mean, I guess PS4 or Steam is probably where you'll most easily find it. I think it is the least good out of the three. But and that's also why it's got the smallest section. It's that 11-minute section is almost done, and then I just have the hour left to go of the PS2 game and the outro. But I'm hoping to have the video finished by the time Doom comes out, just so I don't have to bounce between editing mines and Doom Dark Ages. But I might not release it right when it's done because being a thing that has a lot of anime footage and manga panels in it, I'm probably gonna have to tinker with some shots for copyright. But
right.
Well, once I have that figured out, there will be a video on my channel, which is not something that's happened in quite a while.
Woohoo!
So, although I could say this, if you go to my channel and turn notifications on, I'm not going to be bothering you until it's done because I can't really do anything else on there now.
Do it. Yeah, obviously.
I don't make
that
community posts. I don't do shorts. You're not going to get bothered by anything but a proper video.
Nice. Well, for sure. It's always good stuff. What about me? Well, as I said, I'm torturing myself with The Last of Us Season 2 and the game. So currently I am just been playing The Last of Us 2 on like Mondays or Tuesdays. Where I rant about the episode that followed the day before. And probably the idea is tomorrow evening, I'll be streaming some more The Last of Us 2, and shall talk about episode 3, and then the day after, or maybe the day after that, depending on how busy I will be, you'll be getting the edited rando rant on that. From the audio that I've done on the stream, because that's when people seem to be. Yes.
Left of the game do you have, by the way?
Half.
Of Last of Us 2.
I just got to the Abby section.
Got to Abby, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got the whole Abby
The
section.
Abby
so-
section's
okay.
it's not quite as long as the initial Ellie section, but then there's another section after it.
That's the best news I've heard about this game so far. It's not as
Well,
long
I
as the
mean-
rest. It's like, yes.
It has less to do with the plot though. Like it really
It does
is.
really seem to drag its legs. Like,
All of
a whole
Abby's
lot.
segment is just like, oh, now let's do a side quest where Abby is having like a Joel and Ellie relationship with another character that like, yeah.
That is nowhere as engaging or as good as as Joel's character. Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow, apparently. And then because we have Labor Day on Thursday, I got that day off, which means Monday evening, I'll be playing the absolute piss out of Blueprints because I can only play it like once or twice a week because I'm busy with other things. And I want to get some more progress done in that game. So I'm probably going to do a longer stream on Wednesday evening for that. So that should be fun. Which means which is why I want to get the recording and stream done on Monday, so I can just throw that out on Tuesday. Because it seems like the people have been enjoying those videos. They're doing pretty well for my channel, so that's good to see. So I'll do that for the whole season. It's gonna be fun for someone, not me, because I'll have to experience it. But yeah, that's that. That's what you're gonna get next week, and of course, the Forge on Sunday. Which, Mark, I think I have bad news.
What?
Thunderbolt comes out next week.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Mm.
Like this week?
Yeah, on May 1st.
First of May.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! So it looks like I do have to work in a theater trip. Amazing.
Well, I'm the same. I thought it was in 2 weeks, and I just realized it's actually this week. So I need to find a place to do that as well.
Well, I hear
I'm planning to watch it
an
too.
A24 movie, and like
Yeah.
it's super awesome, and everyone seems to be liking it. So I'm sure that's going to be true.
It's about depression and anxiety, is what I've been hearing.
I mean, like honestly, at this point, they fumbled Daredevil. Okay, I've lost all hope.
Abandon hope. Holy.
It's now one of those things where people are like, yeah, well, I mean, not Superman, Doomsday, fucking Superman. Doomsday's the guy who kills Superman. That's why that messed me up. Avengers Doomsday, that's going to be good because all the cast is coming back. I'm like, no, it's not. I've decided that the default is it's not. If it surprises me, cool, but I'm definitely not going to be going into any Marvel project assuming it's going to be good.
I was really hoping Doomsday would be like an Infinity War, purely focused on the villain, Doctor Doom. But seeing that cast, I doubt that'll be the case. You know,
It's gonna be
like
awful.
Secret Wars, I always knew was gonna be a mess, but I was hoping Doomsday would at least be like
again,
Infinity War.
They could
At
always
least slightly.
surprise us, but like,
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, Heritage is finally Marc has become one of us. I've not had much faith in Marvel movies in general for a while, but it was one of those things that I was like, okay, well, they fired all the people on Daredevil and then completely reshot it. They're bringing back the Infinity War, Civil War guys to do the next Avengers. Maybe they're turning things around. After watching Daredevil, I'm like, no, it's just all going to be shit.
No, it's gonna be
Especially
bad.
because like there's people that flat out like it didn't. Was it IGN that gave Daredevil a 9 out of 10? I was like, what do you mean? Stop it.
This
No,
was the
they
fixed
won't.
version, by the way, Mark. This was the reshot version. They thought this was better, and I'm like,
I mean,
dear Lord.
like I didn't see what it was, but either way, it's like, come on, man.
oh, there's definitely like a lot that they kept. Definitely. I'm willing to bet like the 5th episode is what they kept.
Like honestly, it doesn't matter because like there was so little of it that I thought was good that I mean hardly any of it I thought was good. So it's like I don't care what they kept or what they changed. It's bad. That's at the end of the day. you made a really shit season of Daredevil, and like now made me less excited about anything involving who is realistically my favorite Marvel character.
Yeah.
And like one I always liked the most in the comics growing up and stuff. I went to Catholic school, you know. I had to go to confession. I was like, oh, he has to do that too. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I wasn't blind, but
you will be. You will. Yeah, they literally tried to polish a turd with these reshoots. That's exactly what they were doing.
Like, excuses or not, I'm so out on the MCU, and like I will not watch anything in the MCU unless Metal tells me that I have to, which is something that just happened about 20 minutes ago, and I wasn't
I'm
expecting
slowly
it.
turning into Mauler, making people suffer.
I think Thunderbolts might be the least worst.
No, this is not. Like we're not going to do this. We're not going to say no. This one's going to be okay. This one's not going to be that. No, okay. I'm going in
I'm not
expecting
saying...
sheer trash.
No,
I
no,
will
no.
watch it. If it turns out good, I'll let you know on Forge next week.
I'm at the point where I just assume it's going to be awful unless I'll be proven otherwise by seeing the movie and it's not awful.
Yeah, like that's where I'm at. I'm not going to say like I was making fun of the I hear it's like the A24 movie of the MCU. I'm like no, like all of that is noise. Fuck you. Yeah, I can't even take any of that seriously because. I'm saying that Daredevil Born Again was going to be good because of all the changes they made. I'm like, no, not at all.
I'm not saying it'll be good. It'll probably be nonsensical in terms of plot. That's guaranteed. I'm saying it'll be the least bad.
I can't even give it that much credit until I see it because I'm like, no, like their ways to fail continue to surprise me. So
that is true.
I think and when people say, "Oh, you're going in wanting to hate it" or anything, I'm like, no. If anything, I'm giving this thing the best chance it possibly can to impress me even a little bit. Like I'm starting it at -3. So if it ends up being a 7, then that'll mean like it effectively cleared a 10 as far as my expectations of it were concerned.
It'll be great. But I need to find a space where I watch it. Maybe I'll do like Saturday or something. I don't think I got anything going on that day. So, yeah.
I got some sword fighting to do, but maybe.
Oh, damn. See, I thought it would be 2 weeks. I haven't asked anyone to come on. So, I might just have to throw out 17 messages. Hey, TruePop, what are you doing next week?
What day is it on Sunday? Hang on.
It's the 4th.
a week from the show that you were on today.
No. It's the 4th. I mean,
4th,
yeah. It's the 4th of May. The only thing that's kind of pressing me is like I need to finish like this little essay thing, but I'd be free.
Yeah.
Well,
maybe I'll reel you in again then. There we go.
To torture me with MCU films. Like last time you tortured me with Alien Covenant, and I was like, why, Metal? Why?
Look, I got a lot of editing to do after that. Can we stop talking about things
that
are
can actually,
infuriating me either in the past or the future?
And anyway, chat, thanks for hanging out. TruePop, thanks for joining us. It was great fun. Go watch, I was about to say go watch Blueprints. Go play that, but also go watch
Perfect Blue.
Perfect Blue.
Watch Perfect Blue while you're playing Blueprints.
Yeah.
I'm going to recommend that
You'll
to my
miss
siblings.
everything
I
cool
enjoyed
about
it that
Perfect
much.
Blue.
Very good.
You know.
Yeah.
All right, chat. Take it easy. We're out of here.
Later,
Have a nice
everybody.
Sunday. Goodbye.
Sorry, I got angry.
Bye.
Jojo, you angry?